All right, folks, what's going on? Welcome back to another episode of hashtag CB99 Talks, episode 148. Combo Breaker 99 in the building. See, got some people in the building already. Easy, what's up? BJ, Marcus, and Valentina Joseph. I wonder if that's the Valentina. No, I'm just playing. All right, what's up, y'all? Back with another one. Got some stuff to talk about. Got a few fights coming up this weekend. And we got some, I'll say shocking. Well, yeah, somewhat shocking. Some shocking news going on over here in PFL, and some good news for some fighters, right? So I want to jump into some PFL news. We got some PFL changes coming up. Couple of good fights this weekend. This UFC 299 card, I ain't gonna lie, man. It's telling y'all, man, 299, 298. Looking better than 300 to me. That's just me. That's just my opinion. But yeah, we got a couple of good fights this weekend coming up. And I wanted to, what else I want to talk about here? Well, I want to chime in on something. Since BJ's here, I wanted to chime in on something he was talking about yesterday, too. I might wrap that up with tonight's live with that, talking about the potential of Grasso becoming the GOAT. First off, I'll go ahead and address the first part. Like, I don't think BJ means she's the GOAT now, but he means the potential of her being that later on, and I think that kind of ruffles a lot of people's feathers. They only hear what they want to hear. So, look, I might not agree with BJ all the time. We don't always agree, but I understand where he's coming from. If that's what he's talking about, then yeah. So I'll kind of go into it later. Like, that's why I just can't stand some people just hear what they want to hear. Like, people talk for a reason. Like, that's why I said, look, that's why we do videos. That's why we do lives, because, but even then we do that and you still ain't listening. Half the time y'all still don't listen. Y'all want to hear what you want to hear. I think, shout out to Marcus and Easy E for the most part. I think they listen to everything that's said. They listen to everything that's said for the most part. They don't just pick and choose. You know what I mean? Like, I know what BJ is saying. I know what he's saying. Okay. So I know where he's coming from. Do I agree yet? I'll let you know in a minute. But yeah, man, this weekend we didn't really have much going on. Um, what did I watch? Man, I was just watching a lot of BKFC, man. Like, I watched the BKFC card that took place this weekend, the bare knuckle boxing card. And I was just watching a lot of old BKFC stuff, man. And BKFC, man, like, the more and more I like get into it, this stuff is brutal, man. Like, I was looking at this whole card, and they had a couple of ladies. What's her name? Um, what is this girl's name? I can't even remember. Hold on, let me pull this up, because like I said, I don't really follow it like that. What's her name? Jade? Is it like Wasan or something like that? Hold on, let me pull this card up here, because it had some interesting fights on it. Yeah, Masan Wong. And that's the thing. She don't really look like a Wong either. That's why maybe I was forgetting her name. JP, what's up? Her name is Masan Wong, and she was fighting this young lady named Roman. And I was just looking at the whole BKFC card, and I was like, yeah, man, bare knuckle boxing is brutal. Like, there's like another level of durability that you have to have, and just a drive to do it, man. It's different than regular boxing, and it's something different about it than, of course, MMA striking. It's like these punches you get hit with, and the punches that you hit people in the wrong place with, it can cause a lot of damage, not just to, like your face, but your hands. Like, these people take damage. That's why a lot of these fights, don't go the distance, and that's why these fights, I understand, are only like 2-minute rounds. Bare knuckle boxing is only 2-minute rounds, because you can't have these things being 5-minute rounds, even like 3-minute rounds in boxing, because it's so brutal. You just don't jab like you regularly jab, and your power shots just don't hit the same way like in boxing. Here they tend to hit with some just like bad intentions on every shot. Like I see these guys getting dropped in the first round, and man, they be blinking and like they're really hurt. The cuts on their face seem to be like deeper. I don't know. Maybe that's just because I haven't really been like watching bare knuckle boxing as consistent as boxing and MMA. I'll look at it. I'll look at it every now and then. Like some people, I'll just flip it and then look at a couple of fights. But when you just like take in bare knuckle boxing over the course of one night and you just binge watch like some of these old cards, it's crazy, man. I'll be like, I'm not doing this. There's no longevity in this like MMA. MMA, you might have more disciplines in it, but you can stay around longer. It seems like your career can stay around longer than it can in like bare knuckle boxing because this junk is brutal. And yeah, this girl right here, Ramon, what's her name? Roman? Yeah, Roman. I kind of thought she would have fared a little bit better, but man, this girl with Song Young had some power, man. The way she dropped her like 2 times in this fight, and you could just see like the facial expression of Roman. She was like, I don't want any more of this. Like she was drunk off of like a couple of hard hits, and that's another difference that you see. That's another difference you see from regular boxing because in regular boxing, when women box, you don't see that many knockouts, right? You don't see that many knockouts at all. But when it comes to bare knuckle boxing, you see more damage, more blood, and more knockouts there. So yeah, when I was looking at this fight here, I was like, man, this girl looks like she is done. Like she just took, a 5-round beating from Amanda Nunes or something. And I'm just saying because when she got hit with that right hand, she just had this look like, okay, if the ref waved it off, I don't care. But he let her back in, and she got dropped again in like less than a minute, man. So yeah, bare knuckle boxing is wild, man. So yeah, this card that this past weekend, I was looking at it, and yeah, every fight was in a knockout, man. And it's not a sport that I would recommend anybody to get into. Like, well, I'll say if you are pushing 40 or over 40, I don't think this is really a good one for you. And speaking of that, we got this card coming up May 11th. Heather Hardy is taking on the champ, Christine Fareed. Just like that, man. What do you think about this fight? I'm like, whoa, Heather Hardy taking on Christine Fareed. I mean, Heather Hardy, of course, pro boxer, long time career. But come on, man. Like, are you serious? Like, does she really deserve a shot like that in bare knuckle boxing? Like she's not even breaking in to see if she can, just take on one of these other fighters just to see how her face holds up. You know what I mean? So it's crazy, man. I don't know, man. Heather Hardy, I was thinking she was like late 30s, but Heather Hardy's like 42 already, 42 years old, and she's taking some of, the most bloody beatings in regular old pro boxing, so seeing her go in here against somebody that's scary, like seeing somebody that, somebody scary like Christine Fareed that can hit, I don't know, man. I don't know about that. And then, like I said the punishment she took from in MMA, what's the one girl's name that beat her? Was it Christine? Was it the Christine Warhorse girl? What she did to her nose, and then how Amanda Serrano just like really destroyed her in their rematch this past summer. That was unnecessary rematch too. That was unnecessary. So when I see that plus the combination, I don't see Heather Hardy lasting around. I mean, most of my picks was just like, okay, Heather Hardy's not going to, well, most of my picks in BKFC was like, okay, this person ain't going to last around. But no, I'm serious with this one. 42, taking multiple beatings from, hard hitting boxers like Serrano and a few MMA fights too. Scar tissue. Heather Hardy got that scar tissue above her eye too. Oh, man. whew, this ain't a good look. Like I said, maybe if they would have gave her like a test, the beating wouldn't be as bad. Even then, I think she would probably come up short. Even if she fought somebody like Beck Rollins or like Britain Hart, um, she might fare better against. I mean, I don't even want to speak too soon. I ain't even gonna say that. I was gonna say she fare better against some of the other girls. I don't know because she takes some damage, and that nose has been broken before too. Christine Faria don't play, man. That girl don't play, and Beck Rollins found that out a couple of times. And for Beck Rollins to do as well as she did in the first, I believe, where they just kind of, well, no, she got stopped in the first, I think. Well, she stood up to some of her punches, though, I will say that, but I don't know. I really don't know with Heather Hart if she's gonna make it out of there like that. And did you know what is her name? Um, no, I'm talking about male boxing now. Guillermo Rigondeaux is trying to come over to bare knuckle boxing. Oh my goodness, man, what's going on? What's going on, man? Y'all up in age to be going there, man. I'm just saying, I'm trying to look out for these guys, man. Bare knuckle boxing for Guillermo Rigondeaux, 43. My man is 43 years old now, and he's tiny guy. He was boxing in bantamweight and super bantamweight. Just for y'all don't know, boxing bantamweight is like 109 pounds or something like that. Up in that range is a low. I believe, wait, hold on. Bantamweight and boxing, yeah, it's like 118, 19 pounds, something like that. Yeah. So somebody like Guillermo Rigondeaux trying to come over too, man. And, he had brittle hands and he wasn't really knocking people out. I don't know how he's going to transition. But, yeah, the blonde girl, Taylor Starling. Yeah, maybe her versus Heather Hardy because, they both take, sufferable amounts of damage, Mark said Heather Hardy, Christine Faria is in a fight. It's a beatdown. Yeah, it's going to be a nasty beatdown, man. I think so. They better have the meat wagon on. Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be an easy fight for Christine Faria, I think. I mean, Christine Faria, she's already trying to bite off some bigger fish and trying to bring Chris Cyborg over. But, she'll take this fight because it's a stay busy fight for her and it's a paycheck. And she could fight Chris Cyborg the same day, maybe. That's how bad it might be. But yeah, bare knuckle boxing, like I don't really see it as like of course there's a science to it too, especially like with your clinch fighting and how you throw your punches because you can break your hands so much easier. But I would advise a lot of people, I would advise some of these older people not to go in and do that, man, for real. Crazy stuff, man. Maybe that's just from me watching it all in one night, like 3 or 4 cards in 2 nights, but that's how I see it, man. But anyways, like EZ said, if real boxers start coming over, real boxers come over there who aren't too past their prime, it's a wrap. Yeah, that's true. If you want to bare knuckle box, you better learn 40 blocks for real. Yeah, that 42 blocks, the 42 blocks. Yeah, that might come in handy. That will have to come in handy. Because I just was looking at these dudes that be getting hit, man, and their face is like their expression, they just be blinking and like holding their face like they're really hurt. It's just got this look like, I don't want anymore, yet I don't want to be a punk. Let me go back in there, so ego pushes these guys, I think, too much, man. Ever since Rachel Ostrovich had that first bare knuckle boxing fight, I haven't seen her since. Yeah, and I don't think you'll see her back, man. Paige is talking about coming to professional boxing, I believe, but she's supposed to do another fight. But I mean, what? Paige lost every single bare knuckle boxing match she fought. I hope she's learning that, it's not going to pay off. It's going to mess up her real money makers, right? Yeah, Jessica Andrade and bare knuckle boxing, I think she would fare well. Yeah, because I was going to do a video on that too. Like, who do I think would come over from WMMA and do really well? Maybe her and Zombie Girl, they would do good in BKFC, I believe. Any of them girls that just have them rock hard chins and just like somewhat of a hand game, that's made to come forward. I think they would do good. But yeah, it's a brutal sport, man. But let's jump back over to some WMMA here. Let's look at some let's not look at this one yet. Let's stick right here with Taila Santos. Let's talk a little bit about Taila Santos coming over to our PFL. I mean, good on Taila, man. I'm glad that she's gonna be back in action this year in 2024. My thoughts on the whole situation, like I said, it's good on her financially, and it's good for her to get back into the mix. But I still feel some kind of a way like we didn't see the full potential of Taila Santos. But I mean, really, who's to blame here, right? Who's to blame? Yeah, Jasmine too for bare knuckle boxing. Yeah. Like, who's really to blame when it comes down to why Taila was cut? Now, I believe somebody in the comment section said this. I mean, do y'all agree with this? Hold on. I didn't really I ain't gonna put my stamp on it because I didn't see this, but somebody in the comment section of the video I did on Taila Santos said that the reason she left, okay. All right, somebody said the reason she left was her brother said on an IG comment that she left because the UFC took too long to book fights. So she got frustrated and asked for a release. Huh. Pine K. Shout out to Pine K. I see him in the comments a lot. And that's what he said. That's what Pine K said. He says that her brother said that the UFC was taking too long to book fights for her. Does that sound like an issue though? Like, were they really waiting on? Was Taila Santos' team really waiting on being booked? I've always thought it was the other way around. It always seemed like she had some type of visa issue. I always thought she had some type of visa issue, and that's what was holding her up. Because we can look at the list now, and I mean, I'm gonna pull up some cancellations, and that'll tell us like that should tell us the problem, right? Okay. Yeah, let's do it like this. We're gonna look at her whole timeline, and this is going to tell us if her being booked was a problem, because I don't know why it would be, because she was young, she was ready to go, and for a while it seemed like she was getting fights, right? And to me, if you want fights, they'll call you. Like Chookagian, she was fighting like 4 times during the pandemic, I believe, somewhere around there. Angela Hill, anybody that really want to fight seem like, they bring them in. That goes with anybody. That just goes with anybody. I don't even have to look for too many examples, man. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, the UFC took too long to book fights, so she got frustrated. Why would she get frustrated? Like, she was always in there. Like, the period where she didn't have a fight was because she had to heal up. I mean, they kind of were. What I mean is there are huge gaps in her fights. Yeah, but think about that. Let's look at her timeline now that you mentioned that. That'll help give us. We're gonna go all the way to the beginning here, okay? And this will tell us now. All right, this is going to tell us. Okay, so her very first fight was in 2019, February of 2019. Okay, February of 2019 was her very first fight. Follow me. Mara Barella, which she lost. And then they booked her 6 months later. Okay. They booked her 6 months later to fight. That's not too bad. Okay. That's not really a bad gap. 6 months. Okay. Especially after you lost your first fight and, they got to fill in cards and, they probably got other people ahead of her that haven't fought yet that they need to fight. So 6 months is normal. That's normal turnaround. That's probably the limit for MMA, right? And then it starts to become like, where you at? All right. And that was supposed to be Ashley Evans Smith, but the fight got canceled. Apparently, Ashley Evans Smith pulled out. So Ariane Carnelossi was a replacement, but it got canceled again. So she had an opponent in August. So it was pretty consistent there. Okay, 6 months, right? Next time she came back was in June, was supposed to be in June of 2020. But that Jillian Robertson fight got canceled. Okay. So that was kind of a long period. That was kind of a long period right there. From August in 2019 to June of 2020. But why did it get canceled? Why are these fights getting canceled? So she fights Molly McCann in 2020 of July. So yeah, she had been out of action for over a year, right? Over a year. Let me see. About 15 months, right? No. 17 months. She was out for 17 months. Okay. But finally, they rescheduled her to fight Jillian Robertson 5 months later. And it goes through this time. So 2020, she fights 5 months later. And she was going to fight a few weeks earlier against Marina Moreau and Montana De La Rosa. But again, on that same date, both of those opponents were out again. So yeah, there was a long inactivity between that first fight into Molly McCann. But then when she fought Jillian, that was normal. And then after that, she fights Roxanne. Okay, Jillian was 2020. She fights almost 9 months later against Roxanne. But again, there's cancellations in there. Like Jillian was in December 2020, and then she could have fought in May of 2021 against Roxy, but it got canceled. August, Mandy Boehm. September, Mandy Boehm. And all these fights are getting canceled. So after Roxy in September, she fights 2 months later. That's the quickest turnaround she's ever had, right? 2 months later, she's fighting JoJo. After beating JoJo in November 2021, she comes back, about 7 months later against the champion. And then y'all know the long period she was on against Aaron. So it looked like, to me, it looked like the UFC was booking her in there. Some of them were kind of long periods where she wasn't fighting yet, like between the Jillian and the Roxanne fight, but there was a bunch of cancellations in between these times. You know, she was having maybe like some 5-6 months off, but when they get canceled, why are they getting canceled? Was it because of visa issues? I remember some of them being because of visa issues, but I remember the Marina Moreau fight being canceled. I thought Marina Moreau was like injured. And maybe BJ can fill it in, but why did the Montana fight get canceled? I can't remember. Like Marina Moreau was injured or something like that, December 5th. So Montana steps in December 5th, but then Montana can't fight. So they push her back to Jillian Robertson December 19th, like 2 weeks later, you know? So I don't think it was really like to me, it didn't really seem like the UFC was the blame here because there was a lot of opponents here. There was a lot of opponents he was supposed to fight, from Jillian earlier, Marina Moreau, Montana, Mandy Boehm, Roxy earlier, who she finally fought. There was a lot of pushbacks, even leading up to the Aaron Blanchfield fight. Aaron was supposed to fight Taila in February 2023. Had to push it back another 6 months, you know? Okay, Marcus said, yeah, somebody got COVID in Montana's camp. Okay, so yeah. So it wasn't really the UFC's fault. They tried to get her 2 opponents, but when Moreau pulled out, De La Rosa pulled out, what can you do? You know? So yeah, just from that claim, maybe if her brother did say that on IG, I don't know if that was really the truth. Like maybe that's how he's seen her. Maybe that's how they saw it. I mean, to me, it seems more like maybe the business side of it, maybe just how they were negotiating behind the scenes. Maybe things didn't work out because even like in between that time from Valentina, why was there no fight in between then? So maybe it was just some type of situation where They couldn't really get it together there with those visa issues going on, things like that. I don't know. Yeah, but I remember that May date where Montana couldn't fight and Marina Moreau had pulled out too. So I don't know. Yeah, maybe that wasn't it. But now that she's over here at PFL, I'm looking at the PFL roster. I was looking at it yesterday. Uh, I think, man, this is a good move for her, man. Just like for Taila Santos, it should be good financial wise. Again, if things are handled right, there should be no reason why Taila Santos shouldn't be banking more than any of the women in the UFC in a couple years. Granted, if they run it right, because she's signing up to be part of this uh 2024 tournament. It's a $1 million tournament coming up, right? And we already know Liz Carmouche and all of them are in it. So she stands to make a lot of money off of this. And granted, if it goes well, she can pull a Kayla Harrison and be there for a couple of years and pull in some meals and maybe do that full circle and come back to the UFC. So this will be a good chance for her to just kind of build up her skills and confidence and also, get that money, and when I see Taila Santos, there should be no what she's done. There should be no reason that she shouldn't be champion right now. As soon as this thing goes down, man. Again, Caitlin Neal, fighters like that, and some of these girls that were 6-6. I believe what's her name, Cornelia Home. There's some of the names that just stick out to me. I don't really see any of them bringing like such a big threat to her. The only thing that could cause Taila is her holding back. I think she kind of holds back sometime and doesn't adapt sometimes in these fights. Because, yeah, I'm one that kind of felt like the way she lost to Erin was just kind of unusual. Like the way she was not able to come back from what she was doing in the first round and make it work for her. And not pulling the trigger against Valentina whenever she had the chance, not using enough ground and pound. Little things like that could cost her. Little things like that could cost her if she don't build off of them. Because when you're dealing with hungrier fighters and fighters that are just the bigger threats on the come up, they'll figure you out. They'll figure you out. That's why I'm hoping that Tyler's just as hungry as she used to be. And I hope she didn't really like hit a peak. That's one thing I'm worried about. Like, what do y'all think? Do y'all think Taila might have hit a peak for her career? Y'all think she's coming back better than ever? Or do you think she's coming back the same? Those are your options. You got 3 options. Do you think she's coming back better? You think she's coming back the same? Or do you think she's coming back maybe a little peak to where she could just go down from here, where she could be figured out? Because I don't think the girls I'm looking at now mentioned wouldn't really be a threat. But yeah, when you got fighters that are really hungry, like young ladies like, let's see here, Dakota DeChiva, girls like that over there that are putting things together, and they're looking like, this is what I want to do. This is where I want to be. Hey, you got to look out for them, because I know Dakota DeChiva hasn't really been tested. She hasn't been tested, but, she can hit. She'll let her hands go, and maybe she feels her strong suit is not the ground against a big, strong Taila. She can say, okay, well, I know where my bread and butter is. I know that my hands are quicker, and if I stay here, and I know how maybe her cardio is or something like that, I can fare well and I can do this, because there's a feeling about it. There's a feeling when you have that undefeated record still and when you have a belt. Some fighters, they really live and breathe it. It's not just something we want to win at one point. Like, oh, I just want to win a belt and that's it. Like, no, when it's in their hands, it is them, so you're not taking it from them. So there's a lot of things like that Taila just has to look forward to coming over to PFL. Like, yeah, she could smash some of the other competition out, Caitlin Neal and so on. But um, when you start looking at girls like that have touched belts, um, yeah, it could be dangerous. Like, yeah, Tyler has definitely fought better competition in Dakota, and she's had to utilize her skills against tougher competition, but she's got to learn from those Aaron and Valentina losses. Got to learn from those fights to prove that you are better, are the better fighter coming in. Sometimes on paper it can look good and it looks easy, but when they actually get in there, it'd be a different story, man. Rhythm be off, what they weren't expecting, is happening now, and it's just crazy. All right, so all right, let me see here. All right, what's up, Six? He said, yeah, Grasso would do good in bare knuckle boxing. Yeah, she's a she definitely, possible, yeah. Easy said, I still think Dakota's keeping that belt. She's the truth. Dang, okay. He said she's gonna keep that belt. Easy said, hold on. Taila coming in the say, okay. Tyler's coming in the exact same. I bet she thinks of them as lesser competition. She's gonna be surprised, and she's not used to a tournament format either. Yeah, tournament format. You got to be busy. You got to be busy. You got to be active, and you got to be ready for different styles. You know, that's the one thing I liked about like the Invicta tournaments. Where you got to be ready to adjust, see how smart you are, how you can get the win, how active you are. Let's get that heart rate down when the fight is over. See if you can just keep it steady. Get ready to jump back in there and get it going. But sometimes at long periods, yeah, that's a good point, man. That tournament format, that could be the downfall of the whole thing. Because you don't have as much time as you did before. And when you under this, you're gonna be active. You know, you're gonna be active. But yeah, when you look at the whole thing, I think it's a good move for her financially. I think it's good. Tyler's finally got a home, and we get to see her at least perform. But hopefully, in my opinion, I think she will be one of the ones to make it to that finals. But if she was to lose to Dakota, I wouldn't be surprised. I really wouldn't be surprised like that. I would be disappointed, but not like full on shock. Like, oh wow, she lost. And don't forget, Liz Carmouche is in it too. Liz Carmouche, longtime vet. You know, I just kind of closed in a little bit here. So if you ain't looking at Dakota Chiba to do it or be the one to pull off upset against Tyler, remember Liz Carmouche is here. Might not be a favorite style, but Liz Carmouche is in this tournament as well. I mean, I just looked on IG and she announced it. She put a video up and said she's going to be in it too. I don't know why though, man. Like they got her fighting Juliana Velasquez a third time. And that's something else I want to talk about with this PFL thing is like they're starting off bad already, man. Easy saying ain't nobody sweating Liz. Yeah, we ain't really. That's the dangerous part. Easy. If you don't think she's a danger, you wind up losing though. Because that's one thing about her right now. She's been active and she's been on her little streak. I mean, she been, you know, not been putting on the best performances. And that last title fight was not it. It was not it. But you better not counter out. Like Tyler better not get in there and counter out either. Like those are the dangers she's going to have to watch out for. Is Tyler's going to have to look out for is Liz Carmouche and Dakota Chiba. Because let's say she go in there, fight Liz. Liz might bore everybody to death, but she might come away with a decision, and everybody gonna be a little bit more upset with Tyler. So Tyler better be ready to take the fight to her, But yeah, the tournament starts in April, and dang man, not looking good. Like you start April 4th off, flyweight tournament with Liz Carmouche, Juliana Velasquez 3. They both signed up for it. and that's the first fight they could make. I'm like, come on. How many of y'all really wanted to see that fight? Like, y'all want to see a rubber match between these three? Why? Why would they do that? Like, why match them up like that as the first fight? That's not a good attraction. That's not a good attraction. You know, Carmouche already beat her twice, right? She stopped it twice, right? Hold on, Liz Carmouche got stopped. I mean, Liz Carmouche stopped Juliana Velasquez 2 times, right? Hold on. Hold on. We're gonna look at this here real quick. Both were stoppages. Both were stoppages, man. Like, Liz done stopped Juliana Velasquez 2 times. Once was a controversial kind of TKO. I know it was. Then she submitted her in the second round of the second fight. All right. And she stops Deanna Bennett and Alima Lay. Okay. Stop Conor Watanabe. So she's on a nice little finish streak. So as boring as she's being sold as, you know, she's been stopping people. Yeah, easy. You say I like Liz, but people don't like her style. Liz can bang if she wanted to. She just chooses to put the fans to sleep. I've seen Liz scrap. Yeah, she can scrap. You see when she let her hands go, she can stop some people. You know, she can stop some people. So she might feel that bug to, you know, go out and prove something in this PFL thing, you know. Yeah, Velasquez kind of let me down with that one, man. That's why I was like, I don't want to see this as a first fight. You know, there's so many other matches that they could make. You know, a lot of other Bellator fighters that want to come over and do the PFL tournament. There's so many other girls they could sign and match her up with. Now, granted, let's say they both were winning in the tournament and they met up like in the semifinals or something like that. Then that's fine. That's cool because that means they just made their way to each other. You know, they just made their way back to each other. That you can't stop. But when you just give Liz the same opponent again, it's like, why? Like, matchmaker should have thought this one out and put Liz in there with like Denise Kielholtz or somebody. Put Juliana Velasquez in there with like Deanna Bennett or Justine Keesh or somebody. Then if they happen to beat those opponents, beat someone else down the line, Dakota or whoever, and then they are on opposite sides and they meet again, then fine, right? Then that's okay. It's the third fight again, but they beat this side, they beat that side. They made their way back to each other. That's something you can't stop. But as a first fight where you match them up and say, oh, we're going to do this tournament April 4th. Let's go ahead and make Liz and Juliana. Come on, she stopped her 2 times. That's terrible. Juliana Velasquez hasn't fought since. She hasn't fought since losing to Liz Carmouche back to back. It's going on 2 years now, you know? So she was supposed to fight last year, but I believe her fight got canceled. But yeah, she hasn't fought since then. So now you're going to put her in there with the champion? You know, you can put her in there with the champion? Oh, man. The champion that's been active? Because let's see, after Liz beat her twice, Liz fought 2 more times. Stopped 2 more people. You know, so it's just like, come on, why? That's a bad matchup, first off. That's a bad one. Got her fighting it. Technically giving her Juliana Velasquez a title shot again. You know, that's basically what you're doing. So that's one of the ugly sides of matchmaking sometimes, especially for these tournaments. Like, I don't think that's a good way to start it off. Like, you're basically getting Velasquez eliminated already, you know? Don't really give her a chance against Liz in a third fight when she got stopped 2 times, finished 2 times. So, nah, not a good look. Mark said Liz's streak might put you to sleep, but she's getting the job done. Exactly. Yeah, Easy said Velasquez is overrated. Yeah, I thought highly of her at one point, but then when I seen her performance against Denise Kielholtz, I was kind of like, I don't think she won that fight. You know, there was something about her in that fight where she was kind of holding back again, you know. Mark said what makes this worse, both are coming off bad performances. Exactly. Like, Liz might be winning, but that last performance was not very pretty. It was ugly, very ugly, you know. And then you look at Velasquez, man, like 2 in a row, man. You gonna make her have a third loss to the same person again? Come on. Ernest, what's up, man? He said, good evening. Oh, six, yeah, what's up, man? He said her brother was just protecting her brand. Yeah, I mean, he was trying to, but I think we all know what's the deal. When you really look at the math with it. Easy said Denise should have stuck to kickboxing. She's really disappointed me in the cage. Yeah, she's a really good kickboxer. Yeah, now we bring up Denise Kielholtz. You got to look at her as like she might be thrown in the mix. I put her up here for that reason because she might be signing up for that flyweight tournament too. And yeah, like as a kickboxer, action, fun, gets the job done. But when she's in the cage, man, like the IQ sometimes can be a problem. Still make some dangerous mistakes on the ground. Still not fully like committed to like certain type, slickness for defense. Yeah, sometimes she just comes up short too. Just falls into the wrong trap sometimes, with takedowns too, sets herself up for submission losses, So yeah, Dakota's gonna have to be not Dakota, but Denise is gonna have to be ready to perform in this one because I think, yeah, you're gonna see Dakota gonna come and show out too. Dakota's gonna show out. I believe Liz is coming to show out. And, Taila Santos. Now, if they bring in Jennifer Maya, we're gonna really have some cooking going on up in here. Let me see. Zaman said, "Gotta say this PFL tournament will be fire." Yeah, it's looking interesting so far. Hopefully, they make some good matchups here. I just don't like this first matchup that's been announced. Carmouche Velasquez 3. I like, Tyler's chances. If they throw Jennifer Maya in that mix, I think that would be cool. That would be good. I would like to see Justine Keach and Deanna Bennett fight. Like, have they ever fought? Let me see. Have Deanna Bennett and Justine Keach fought yet? I think that. Yeah, they did. Yeah, matter of fact, what am I talking about? Yeah, Deanna Bennett beat her 2 times. They already fought 2 times, man. Yeah. Okay. Was I thinking of Lee Malay? Because Deanna Bennett and Ali Malay haven't fought yet. That's what I'm thinking about. Okay. Yeah, because her and Justine Keach fought 2 times already. But who do y'all think wins the tournament though? Like early look, like everything hasn't been announced yet. This was the first fight I seen. How easy I can't stand Bennett. Yeah, Bennett. If Bennett can make weight, she should be in the tournament. Who do y'all think takes it, man? Like between Liz Carmouche, Denise, not Denise, but I got to look at the most promising. I like Denise Kielholtz, but who do y'all think takes it out of the top 3 here? Dakota DeChiva, Liz Carmouche, or Taila Santos? Like, who do you think wins that $1 million payday in this flyweight tournament? Yeah, I can't wait for the rest of these announcements, though. When it comes out, y'all know I'm going to hit y'all with the video. So that's the first fight announced. Let me see. Let me double check now. I don't want to jump off of here and not have the schedule. Let's see. Okay. In 2024, regular season begins on Thursday, April 4th, with PFL returns to San Antonio, heavyweights, and the newly minted women's flyweight division featuring the 2023 PFL European champion, Dakota DeChiva. Okay. So, yes, she's the European flyweight champion. Okay. All right, Colton, what's up, man? Colton said he thinks Liz will take it. She's going to take the meal. Zaman said Dakota is going to take the meal. Easy said it's the moment Dakota been waiting for. She got this. I mean, she got that European belt. She got a taste for it now. And she said, hey, this ain't nothing but another belt. Dakota's got the skills to do something, man. If she prepares for Tyler, this could be her groundbreaking point. So I know there's a talent gap a skill gap between the two. like, I won't say skill and talent. To me, I'll look at it differently. Like talent, Dakota's got a lot of talent, so I'm not going to say it's a big gap there. But like skill gap, there's kind of a gap there, and experience gap mostly. With Taila, like Taila looks like she should be a shoe in, but there's certain things that she does sometimes that I think, okay, somebody like Dakota could expose in there, right? So yeah, I'm definitely giving Dakota some chances in this fight, or however it goes, getting to that point in this tournament where she walks away with it, man. So I'm excited to see how this thing goes, man. Thursday, April 4th. Let me see if they got the card put up though. Who else is on this? Because it's gonna be heavyweights and flyweights, so that should mean like 4 fights apiece, 4 heavyweight fights, and 4 flyweight fights, right? That's how they usually do it. All right. And I definitely wouldn't be mad if Dakota won that belt, man. Like I wouldn't even be mad if Liz won it, man, because after getting cut by the UFC and how they kind of did her, she kept it going. I'd be like, wow, girl, okay, there you go. There you go. Now you got another belt. Okay. Marcus said with Dakota, it's uncertain for me since she hasn't fought a good grappler yet. In this tournament, there will be a few. Right. That's going to be the thing for Dakota to look out for. Like she's been working on her game. She's got a good submission on her resume. Looks good for competition she fought, but fighting better grapplers, that's going to see how well her takedown defense is, how calm she can be in certain positions on her back, how calm she can be in the clinch when she's dealing with somebody stronger that's using that cage wrestling, that's pressing her against the cage. We're going to see all of that, especially with Taila. Like, say if they get matched up, and I think that's the fight they're trying to get to, like Taila versus Dakota. So they're going to try to make that thing happen, man. I think that's the fights they want. They want it between Taila, Liz, and Dakota. Who knows what Tyler's been doing with all this time off too? How long will it take her to get back into shape? Right. Yeah, because physically she looks good. Like physically she's in always like that shape she's in, like nice body shape. But fight shape, I don't know. Because it's been since August since that fight. So it looks like they've been doing drills and training, but they really haven't had a fight to train for. So you never know. But yeah, man, I'm glad you brought that up too, man. Because yeah, that tournament format's gonna be different, man. Tournament format's gonna be different for her, man. She's gonna be busy, and I hope she's ready for it. Okay, let's see. PFL 2024 schedule. Okay, hold on, y'all. I'm trying to see if I can find okay, April 4th, PFL 1 regular season for 2024. April 4th, Thursday at 6 p.m. And let's see, this is heavyweights and women's flyweights. Currently announced to be on the card is what's his name? Anti Daliha, Valentin Moldovsky, Dakota Dechiva, and Liz Carmouche. Okay. And Juliana Velasquez, of course, right? Okay, so Liz, yeah, she's going to be on this card coming up in April. They just don't have opponents. They don't have opponents listed. Yeah, because that Volosky, that's the man. That's the heavyweights. Okay, yeah, so Dakota's on there. Yeah, Dakota's going to be on the card. She's going to be on the card. Let me see. As I said, by watching her decision making in the fight, you just see that Dakota's cold and calm in there. Does everything right like a machine. For example, Shevchenko always had that tendency for dumb mistakes. I agree with Dakota being cold in there because she's similar to like Aaron Blanchfield. I see that in her, but uh, as far as the Shevchenko thing, she has a tendency for dumb mistakes. I really don't see that. I mean, we see it. We've seen it in one fight, and that was against Grasso. I don't see that. Can't really say that against somebody who's defended their belt like 6, 7 times. I mean, she was looking for fancy stuff in a fights where she shouldn't have to, but I don't think it was like a bad habit of her career. Like it never really cost her in the past, so I can't really say she was doing dumb things before. Like Shevchenko, Valentina's a long reigning champion. Like barely lost a round in any of her fights. You know, I can't because that makes it sound like you know that just makes it sound you said Dakota is smarter than Valentina. Come on now. I'm like, Dakota, don't jump ahead of yourself because think about it now. Like when you look at certain fighters on the come up, you can fight a little bit more relaxed too. Okay. Like don't get her IQ mixed up with her calmness now. Like Dakota fights cold and ready to go with that killer instinct. Okay. But one reason she's calm too at some point in there is because some girls aren't bringing her that threat. You know, now the level Valentina's on, remember who she's fighting and what she's been doing for so long. Like, those are two different things, you know. So I won't jump ahead of myself now. Like, don't I wouldn't even put Shevchenko and Dakota Chiba in the same sentence yet, man. Like, you can't even compare the two. You can't even compare the two because you see Dakota go in there and get lost, and you see in there and take a L. Hey, definitely taking your card. Definitely taking your card if you're gonna compare Dakota and Valentina like that. Like, I'm just playing it in my head because the more I think about that comment, it's just like, come on now, Valentina might have made some dumb mistakes in the past, but look what she's still been able to do. She's still been able to win. But to say Dakota is doing something better than her, I mean, look at the competition she's fighting. You still got to look at that because Dakota's coming up against a big test. Dakota's still got to fight this level of fighters that Valentina's already been fighting. So before you put the belt on Dakota Chiba, she's got to go through the test. All right. She's got to go through the test. She's got to go through the test. Once she beats Taila, once she beats Liz, once she beats these fighters, then you put that stamp on her. All right. But I mean, you should know better than that. Come on, man. You can't put Dakota. You don't put Dakota and Valentina's name in the same. That's what I'm saying, man. I was about to pull your card right there because I mean, like Marcus wouldn't even dare do something like that. Easy ain't gonna do something like that. BJ ain't gonna do that. you come on, man. Come on. It's already been proven. Valentina's long reigning champion. So that's just what it is, man. Running Reedy, what's going on? Yeah, yesterday was a year since Valentina lost the belt, too, man. Dang, go. It's been a year. But yeah, in the long run, yeah, I am looking at what this PFL tournament is going to offer. Seems like flyweights across the board, Bellator, PFL, and of course the UFC. They've been bringing it, so it's I'm just ready for it. There haven't been any other fights announced yet. Just Liz and Juliana Velasquez. I know that fight ain't the best, but I'm sure whoever they match Taila up against should be a good fight. Dakota, she's coming to do something. Yeah, so definitely looking forward to it. But what do we got? What do we got coming this weekend? Let me see. Hold on. Oh man, okay, UFC 299. UFC 299 would have been so much better had Lauren Murphy and Kareem Silva still been on the schedule, but what happened, man? What happened, Lauren? Come on, man. That was the fight I was looking forward to too. Like, I mean, I'm looking forward to the Chookagian and Barber fight, but man, I really wanted to see Lauren versus Kareem Silva. And no, I don't mean like I want to see, like some people say, I just want to see Lauren get thrashed and beat. No, I want to see how good Kareem Silva is. That's what I wanted to see. Like, I wanted to see how good she was gonna be. Oh, thanks for running me with the $2 spot. MMA friends forever, she said. And Robot Chicken, happy blessings to everyone. Appreciate you, man. Easy said Dakota looks great, but you have to remember she's been fighting hand-picked meals, right? I mean, hey, she been eating them meals that's been prepared for her, and it looks good. But I ain't want to jump the gun, man, and say, oh, she ready to do this. I ain't gonna jump the gun and say, oh, she built like this and she's guaranteed to win. Like, no, man, if that was true, they would have put the belt on after the first fight. Because you kind of take away from the work the person put. I had to break this down to people about Valentina before, people that went overboard and said that she was perfect. I'm like, no, Valentina ain't perfect. Like, she's got to work just like everybody else. She's just working harder at it because, she's deep into it. Like, she's a human. So to cover up certain mistakes, you got to get better in one other thing. You got to make sure you're better here. That's what it is. Every fight she goes into, you wonder, like, of course you say, okay, she's the favorite, she could win, but that could be the night she lose or some scare could happen. That's why the work has to be put in. Lauren, the PFL. Lauren is still in the UFC. Yeah, she's still in the UFC at the moment. So I don't think Lauren PFL. Unless you're just asking how it would go. I think Lauren in PFL would be interesting. I think she still has enough to beat. Yeah, I think she's got more than enough to beat some of the girls in there. But I do think when it comes down to it, she would be in that like her versus Liz. I would have to favor Liz. I have to favor Liz. I have to favor Liz. I think she could still beat some of the other girls on come. Her and Taila would be an interesting fight, though. Her and Taila Santos would be a good fight. At this point of their career. What else? Yeah, okay. UFC 299. Let's see what we got. Oh man. Got my girl Joanne Wood taking on Marina Moroz for a second time. This is a rematch to their fight that took place almost 10 years ago now. We got 2 flyweight fights on this card, right? This is the fight to kick it off. This is the fight to kick it off. Look, man, it's been a long ride, man. Been rocking with JoJo since over a decade now. From Muay Thai. From a Muay Thai background. Oops, sorry. Thought I hit the mic. Hope it didn't make a loud staticky noise, but let me see. Okay. Yeah, it's been, over that long time, man. Following her since her Muay Thai days and now making her way over to, Invicta, the UFC. Of course, it didn't really go the way that I know she wanted to go or the way I thought it would in strawweight for JoJo. But here she is now at the end of her career, man. Ready to take on a rematch here. And apparently this rematch is going to be her last fight. Seems like she said, one more fight and she's done. And it's kind of a nice little swan song, nice little way to kind of wrap up her career, try to get back against the person that she first lost to. The first person she lost to, about 9 years ago. Almost 9 years ago, like in 2015, that was first, because I know she lost to Rose in the Tough House, but that was just like an exhibition fight. That wasn't on her record as a professional fight loss, so she lost to Rose in the House, took on Maria Moreau got submitted in the first round. And, that was the fight that kind of stopped her shot at getting a strawweight shot against Joanna back in the day. Y'all remember that, man? That was that was way back. Like, if JoJo had just beat Soe Ham. JoJo had beat Soe Ham, and Marina Moreau was on the come up. She was undefeated. And I thought, if she beat Marina Moreau, that was probably going to lock her in a title shot. Because I think Joanna was cage side for this fight too. But she goes in there, gets submitted in the first round, man. I was like, dang, man, that was terrible. That was terrible, man. But yeah, since then, JoJo had got a couple wins here and there, but she kept coming up short. And, I just never really seen her improve on the ground, and just been a rough road for her, man. Been a really rough road for her. Marina Moreau, on the other hand, she's got a few losses on her resume, and she's lost to some legit competition though. She lost to Carla, she lost to, I think, Angela Hill and so on, but she's never really been beat that bad or lost that bad until recently, right? When she fought Karine Silva. That was like, yeah, that was the first time we really seen her like locked in and ready to give out. But yeah, throughout her career, she lost a couple fights, won some, but had a lot of cancellations too. So I think for Zaman, what did Zaman say? He said Liz didn't fight. Both did. Oh, I thought you were talking about JoJo and Maria Moreau. I was about to read that. Never mind. Oh, okay. There it is. He said harmless Maya gave her business. Yeah, Maya beat her. Yeah, Maya didn't like destroy her though, like Karine Silva did. Like it wasn't that type of beating. It wasn't like this dominant type of win at all. There was still some close moments in there, but she didn't look as bad as JoJo when JoJo lost to Jennifer Maya. Let's put it that way, right? She didn't look that bad. Marina Moreau, I think her downfall has kind of been her inactivity. Her inactivity's been the problem, man. Like right when she's supposed to be fighting, Manon pulls out. Post-fight Taila Santos pulls out. So I think there could have been a point where Marina Moroz, she probably could have been probably top 10, man. Like, had she had been active and been strong fighting, and maybe she beat some of these girls, she could have made her way into the top 15 by now, So I think that's just been kind of her thing. And now that she's kind of doing the OnlyFans situation and moving this way, that's kind of taken away from her drive from fighting, So now they kind of meet up in the middle where they're both kind of on the downside. But to me, I think, honestly, I think there's more wear and tear on JoJo when it comes down to fighting. There's been more wear and tear on her because of a particular style. It's taking more punishment, lost in some more brutal ways. I think that kind of does something to her physically and mentally, Marina Moreau, on the other hand, she's still kind of mean, she still got a mean streak in her where when she's in there, she will perform. I think Marina Moreau is still tough like that. But looking at these two now, I still think JoJo, she has that brawler mentality about her. She can go in there and throw some nice front kicks. Like her combinations, the way she lets her hands flow is so second nature to her. But there's really no other change as far as like her becoming this wrestler, like her learning how to move her head a little bit more, be a little bit more up on her defense. She's still kind of lacking in those departments. So taking on Marina Moreau, who moves as more of a boxer, I can see her get hit in this fight, a number of times, but she knows how to set up shots. That's the thing. JoJo knows how to set up good offense. It's just that she's never prepared to move from some of the bigger shots that come back. And that kind of leaves her open for takedowns too. Like Lauren Murphy was taking her down that close fight they had. Um, to me, this isn't really like a fight that's gonna do anything now because, like I said, JoJo plans on retiring after. Even with Marina Moreau getting a win off of this one, it's not really gonna tell me, oh, Marina Moreau is ready for a Natalia Silva or ready for uh, a Macy Barber, or Caitlin Chookagian. Um, None of that's going to be answered off this. I think, like I said, it's just to kind of wrap up JoJo's career. Go ahead and let her try to get some redemption off of one loss in her career that happened, the very first person that beat her, and kind of go from there, man. I'm hoping JoJo can pull this one out. I'm going with JoJo. I'm rooting for her, let me put it that way. But I know to put the tools that Marina Monroe possesses and what could happen in this fight. I'm just hoping JoJo don't get hurt in this one, man. I know she was able to beat Luana Carolina in her last fight. Hey, she did that. Stoyarenko couldn't. It was a split fight, but I want to see JoJo go out with a win, man. I want to see her go out with a win. Go out with at least 2 wins back to back. That's the thing. I want to see her go out with two wins back to back. If she can do that, definitely want to see her call it a day after this one, because even if she does beat Marina Moreau convincingly, look at what lies ahead. Look at what lies ahead, man, in the flyweight division, man. Nothing but trouble from there. Like, let's say she goes in there 30-27 and happens to clip Marina Moreau. That's not going to make me say, oh, she ready for the belt or she ready for a top 15. No way. Win this fight, JoJo, and we call it a day. That's it. Just want to see her move on. She's married, be the wife and the mother, move on, be a trainer, and go from there. That's all I want to see her do at this point. What's going on, Yulissa Guerra? Said, hope JoJo goes out with a win. I do too. Hope she goes out with a win. Yeah, I mean, what's up? He said, hope all's well. Just been training some grip strength. Okay, cool. Stay strong in it. 6 says Strike Force. Sung Lee's Strike Force is short-lived and his UFC career was non-existent, but he did train with a lot of top fighters during his best years. Yeah. Robot said JoJo versus Casey O'Neill. Ooh. JoJo versus Casey O'Neill. That's a tough one, man. Because I know Casey O'Neill kind of plays into that trading style, and JoJo likes to do that. But Casey O'Neill can't really hit that hard either. I don't know though, man. It might be like that Jessica I fight. I keep thinking, man, like if JoJo can stay on her feet, I think she could win that fight. There'd be some blood in that fight, I'm telling you. Yeah. Yeah, I think JoJo still has enough to beat her though. But if she wins this, that's it. I don't want to see her risk herself anymore. What fight would you say JoJo's best performance is? Her best performance? Let me see. Her best performance. Let me see. I like that fight with Ariane Lipsky. I thought she did well in that fight. And seeing her get an arm bar, a little while back too. That was like way back against one other girl. That was her name, Kalindra Fiaria. But Ariane Lipsky, that was a good win for her. I thought that was a good fight. Like before the UFC, though, let me see. Before the UFC, some of her Invicta fights were entertaining. Just when she was, doing like pure stand up. A lot of those fights were entertaining. But yeah, I thought how she handled Lipsky before, that was a good fight. Jessica, the action fight. Like I never really think JoJo had a chance to like really peak though, and I hit that just hit that moment where she was in there showing like these great skills. I just always found her to be a very entertaining stand-up fighter. 'Cause, 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 'cause Yeah. Yeah, I'll definitely go with JoJo against Casey O'Neill, man. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Casey O'Neill at this point, I think yeah, JoJo's possible. She could still beat her, I think she could. Yeah, ooh, man, yeah, Joanna versus JoJo back in the day. Easy, that would have been ooh. I've been picking JoJo, rocking with her, but she got to be ready for them hands, man. Joanna was gonna be throwing volume, and for Calderwood to win back then, it would have taken some timing and raw power, and it would take some defense, man. Like I I would have wanted to see it back then, of course. I definitely would have wanted to see it back then, if they could have made it happen because she would have earned it. But seeing how Joanna was just slicing and dicing, man, like, oh man, whew. That's why I could always pick Rose to beat Joanna back in the day. That's why I picked her because I said with how she was developing her boxing and how she was using her timing against fighters, I said if she uses her timing on Joanna and she lands a nice shot, she could knock Joanna out. And lo and behold, that's how that jump played out, man. Yeah. But I'm gonna go with JoJo in this fight, man. I want to see her do her thing, man. I want to see her go out, win this one, and wrap it up from here. All right, the other fight we got on this card. Let's see. Boom. I already know Easy E's pick on this fight. I'm gonna quote it for him. Quote Easy E, Chookagian 3027. All right. That's exactly what Easy's gonna say. He's gonna say Chookagian 3027. And I'm definitely not mad at that pick. I'm definitely not mad at that pick because I like Chookagian as a fighter. I think that her style is very it takes these girls to another realm that they haven't been before. Like some of these girls just like to bang. Chookagian, she makes them think, man. And really, this is going to be a horrible style matchup for Macy Barber. Like, I think certain grapplers are good styles for her because she can get her hands on them. Because even if they get her down, she can get back up and she can, land one of them big punches. But Macy Barber against somebody that's going to be keeping range, there's going to be a problem. I saw this in the Miranda fight. Even though Miranda's not tall and long, like somebody that was going to be on the outside a little bit, pecking away at her, and she wasn't able to get her range. It's a problem. But when somebody's like mid range, right there in the pocket, trying to slug with her, oh, she's got it. She's got it. And somebody that's going to be in the clinch with her, oh yeah, all day long. But when you see her in there rangy fighters, like again, Andrea Lee, that was a tough fight for her. Andrea Lee gave her some problems. Some people think Andrea Lee won that fight. What did y'all think? I don't know. Maybe some I ain't being a hater on Andrea Lee, but Macy got the win. That's all I can say. Macy did rock her in that fight too, but she couldn't really like put a beam on Andrea Lee in that fight consistently. And I think Andrea Lee did put her on her back a couple of times. So when she's dealing with like a real mixed martial artist that knows their distance management and they can really put that rhythm on her and that footwork, Alexa Grasso, so on. That's where the problem comes in. So I think this is a bad style matchup for her. Do I think it's needed for her? Yeah, of course. I think it's definitely needed for her. Most definitely. It's really needed because she needs this type of fight to test where she's at and to make her understand that, I got to adapt in the fight. I got to adapt in the fight, and I've got to do these things if I want to beat Grasso at some point, or even Valentina. So seeing how she can close the distance on Chookagian is going to be interesting because I'm looking at Chookagian now, and she's taking this fight seriously. Seems like the diet's on point. She's Look like she's trying to put on a little bit more muscle. I don't know, like she's kind of trimmed out to make sure, I guess, her speed is there, but she's looking a little bit leaner too. Maybe she's making sure the body is on point. Maybe she's preparing herself for body kicks and body punches because she remembers how the Andrade fight went. So I think Chookagian has a lot of tools in here that could frustrate Macy Barber. Marcus said Moroz might mess around and put JoJo in an armbar on the other arm. Oh man, don't say that, man. It's no, don't say that. I hate to see JoJo go out like that. Yamia said, "Do you think Rose would ever face Valentina?" I've seen interviews where Rose said she would. She'd want to due to them being friends, but she wouldn't want to. But she said she would also be interested to fight her. I think she would. I think she would. Like, if things go her way and the circumstances go her way, and she beats Amanda Ebas, and if Valentina has the belt, let's say if Grasso loses the belt to Valentina, all right? Valentina wins the belt, and she's in a new division. Rose is in a new division, got new confidence, beats Ebas, beats maybe one other fighter. Let's say she beats Aaron, or she already lost to Manon. Let's say if she beats Aaron or somebody at the top, she's going to want to fight Valentina, and they'll make that fight happen, I believe. Most definitely. If she comes at 125 and is on a nice win streak, she would fight her. Let me see. Ulisa said no one has ever been able to crack Chookagian code aside from Valentina. Yeah, Valentina's truly cracked the Chookagian code, and Andrade said, "The heck with that code." She cracked her. She cracked that stomach. Like Valentina's the only one that actually fought her at a distance. Like you're saying, like she cracked the code, but Andrade cracked her. Andrade said, "Forget that code. I'm gonna crack her in the stomach, crack one of them ribs," and that's how she did it. So yeah, you either got to be able to figure her code out like that. The Manon fight, I think Manon did too, but she made it a little tougher on herself. Like I said in the past, like she won it. It was close, but I think Manon still outworked and won the fight. But in the most dominant fashion, it was Valentina. And then Andrade just said, "No, forget that code. We ending this thing right now. We ain't even gonna get into it." you know. All right, let me see y'all's comments here. Robot Chicken said that's nuts. Barber would win a decision, especially if the fight is close. UFC wants to push the younger fighter. Casey Chookagian is an interesting matchup. Yeah, that would be interesting. I'll go with Chookagian. Barber smokes Chookagian. I don't know. She could win. She gonna have to do some work. She gonna have to find that chin though. Let me see. Ulissa said Lee tired out and got sloppy. She seems to be slowing down in the last few fights, going backwards. Yeah, she's been going backwards for a while now. Like she's lost She's 2-7 in the UFC. Yeah, for real though. Yeah, she's definitely has. Only thing Barber is smoking is some meat on the grill. I don't know who wins, but it goes to a decision. All right, Zama said, "I don't know who wins, but it goes to a decision." I don't want to hear you cry robbery when Macy wins. That's what Robot Chicken said. Yami said, "Also, do you think Rose would beat Valentina due to Valentina slowing down a little bit? Still dangerous, but not the fighter she was from a year ago." No, I think I still have to go with Valentina. I think Valentina still a little bit too strong for her. I think she still hits a little bit too hard, especially in the clinch. I think Valentina would do some serious damage in like that tie clinch. Now, if it was to be like just like a constant or consistent movement from Rose and trying to keep this fight at a range, it could be an interesting chess match where boom, maybe she could catch Valentina. That would give her best chance, like at a rangy fight. A range fight, yeah, it could favor Rose too because yeah, she could catch her, but I still need to see what Rose's speed looks like. Rose's speed didn't look good in the Minone fight. Like it didn't really carry up yet. So I think Rose needs to, kind of get acclimated to this division after the Ebos fight. And then maybe I'll say, okay, yeah, maybe that's a little bit, yeah, that looks more like the old Rose. I got Lee versus Miranda wrong. Not too many though. Yeah, Robot Chick, you messed up on that pick. Macy will have to get on the inside with Caitlin towards the cage and start to maul her. Zama said Valentina hits too hard. Yes, she does. She still has a strong punch. I know you don't like Valentina, but you got to give her credit when it comes to her punching, her striking ability. Because again, I guess I have to school people on types of power. There's concussive power. There's that bricklaying power like Amanda Nunes has, and then there's that strong punch. There's that strong punch that's just got enough pop to keep you back and make you think twice about coming in. And that's what Valentina has. All right. So when you have that type of like jarring power, just enough pop, that can make people think twice. That's all you need. And sometimes that's enough to hit. That's enough to put enough hit on a fighter to make them fall back and just kind of sit back and respect that opponent. Did I say she hits like Amanda? Oh no. She's got enough power though to make her respect her. Easy E, just like in baseball, you have home run hitters and contact hitters. Exactly. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, you ain't got that's what I'm saying. Like, when you really know something, I ain't got to explain it to some people. Sometimes I just got to break it down like that because I'm gonna have to take some MMA cards or some combat sports cards from people, man. Because you know what I mean about. I've done this on my channel before. I'm gonna compare to Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather ain't Julian Jackson. Floyd Mayweather ain't George Foreman. He doesn't have that kind of power, but he hits you hard enough to make you not want to come inside. That's how hard Valentina hits you. Why do you think Lauren Murphy couldn't get on the inside with her? Did she knock Lauren Murphy out cold? No, she didn't knock her out cold, but she stunned her like multiple times to where she was like, oh, wow. This was said by her. I couldn't come on. I couldn't get in there. It was like fighting Jordan, man, because it was like I was in there with Michael Jordan because that's how good she was. Like every shot was stinging. I couldn't get in there. You know what I mean? That's what it is. No, Shevchenko's power will bother Rose. If she hits her enough, it'll bother her. It'll bother her. It's going to bother her. If she hits her consistently, it's going to bother her to the body or to the head at angles that she's not expecting. It's going to thud her too. If she's not moving, or even if she is moving, Valentina gets her timing down, it'll bother her at some point. Actually, Rose might be the one trying to take her down. I believe it'll be Rose that tries to take her down. Like if Rose can't find that rhythm and Valentina continues to counter strike and them shots are stinging, yeah, it'll be a problem. But that's what it is. Yeah, you got people that can knock it out of the park, and then you got people that's just going to make that contact, and that's all you need sometimes. Yam said, I have a question which I've always wondered in most fights. Why do you think most people like to attack the face? I prefer to attack the body to win them. I think people go for the head because they're always looking for knockouts and they're looking for damage. That's just how people are trained to go for the head. Go for the head, go for the knockout, go for the chin. Even then, I think trainers do tell you to go to the body, but some people get so happy head hunting that they think that's where they go, And yeah, like if you catch a person in the right place with a knockout, you catch them in the right spot with the chin, yeah, you got a knockout, That's what a lot of people hope for. And you go for the head, go for the eyes. You want to do damage to the eyes because you want to compromise their vision, compromise their breathing, bust the nose, bust the mouth. You want them to bleed faster. So it's a combination of all those things. You just want to go for that head. That's why you're trained to do that. But the chest is a target too. Solar plex is a target too. The guts a target too. That's why them knockouts to the body are so much more harder to get up from. That liver shot put you out. You know, you was out with back Val, but Rose would be a good distance strike fight if she got the speed back from her. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, if she got her speed back, yeah, it's gonna be no problem. Like Rose would have somewhat of a chance, but I think long time, just long time control of just being able to eyeball the distance from Valentina and those natural abilities that she's made work for. Yeah, I think I would still put Shevchenko in a win against Rose. You said Rose would dictate the action. No, I don't think she dictate the action. Could she catch Valentina? Of course, but I don't think she'll dictate the action. What's a fight where Rose really dictated the action, like against somebody high level? What did she dictate it against Joanna in the second fight too? Go back and look at that fight. I know she dictated the action in the first fight. It seemed like not all the time. Tommy Hearns has some nasty body work. He's the reason I started targeting the gut. Them youngins don't like body shots. Yeah, I mean Thomas Hearns, of course Roy Jones too. Roy Jones when he was going to the body, he knocked a couple guys out to the body. I'm not really like a big Ricky Hatton fan, but Ricky Hatton, he would punch to the body. Julio Cesar Chavez, he would rip the body. But a lot of fighters. Yeah, Rose's finger is still messed up. Dang. Robot Chicken said, "Do you remember Winky Wright?" Oh yeah, of course. He's one of my top 10 fighters. Yeah, yeah, of course. Yeah, Winky Wright's definitely one of my favorite fighters of all time. I follow him on IG. Yeah. Try to, talk to him a couple of times. But yeah, Winky Wright. That's one of my favorite guys, man. Most definitely. But Chookagian, I think if she does keep this thing standing and she slips in a few takedowns, she could win this fight. If she keeps it standing from a distance, because I think, Barber's just going to have that. She's going to have that she's got to have that she's definitely got to have those close quarters to really be successful. She's got to be in close quarters to really be successful. She's got to be right there on the inside to really land them hard elbows. You know what I mean? And land them hard left hands. But I think Chookagian, when it comes down to her pure boxing, just watching her train and her movement now, I think she's gonna be comfortable with a lot of outside moments in this fight. So to me, as far as a pick, I'm gonna say this. Look, if it does go to like a close decision, they're probably going to give it to Macy Barber. Like my full on pick, I might hold off till tomorrow or Friday to give that to y'all. But Cotto rips the body. Miguel Cotto, another good body puncher. Right now, I'm gonna say if the fight goes close after round 3, they're gonna give it to Barber, and you might hear a lot of boos too. Okay, Zama said Vosdick and Benavidez was unexpected. Vosdick is quite interesting as an underdog. Yeah, that's crazy. That was kind of crazy. I mean, I always thought Benavidez should move up to 175 pounds, as big as he is, but it's kind of weird he's moving up now. But then again, it's not because Canelo's not going to give him a fight. Canelo's went back to Eddie Hearn, right? He's going to fight Edward Berlanga. Edward Berlanga or Jaime Munguia. Come on, man. Oh, my goodness. And Vosdick, yeah, I believe I can believe why Vosdick is the underdog, man. Like Vosdick has suffered some brain damage from that Beterbiev fight, right? Vosdick had brain damage from that fight. He was out for a while, right? Let me look at that real quick. After is it? I've been wondering about Artur Beterbiev's name. Is it Beterbiev or is it Beterbiev? Like everybody says Beterbiev, but to me it looks like Beterbiev. Like what's the correct pronunciation of his name? Alexander Vozdik. Yeah, he's returned. He took 4 years off and came back. He's won 3 in a row, but he hasn't really fought like top competition either. He hasn't fought top competition. So yeah, Vozdik taking on Benavidez is kind of a dangerous fight because he took 4 years off. He retired because he suffered some brain injury from that Beterbiev fight. So I can see why Benavidez is the favorite, even if it is his light heavyweight debut. He said the only person that ever came close to beating Floyd was Zab. Zab killed Floyd for 5 rounds straight. Zab knocked him down too. I don't care what anybody says. Zab did knock Floyd down. Look, Floyd, one of the best defensive fighters of all time. He got knocked down in that fight. I'm gonna call a knockdown. Like if a person knock you down, I'm gonna give it to him. Floyd stepped in, got hit with that little check right hook to the top of the head, and his glove touched the canvas. I remember that. I don't need to watch no replay on it. Okay. Okay, you said it's so it is okay, hold on, Zaman. So it is Beterbiev. Not Beterbiev, it's Beterbiev. Beterbiev. Okay. I mean, that sounds better to me, and then like the other way always sounds like an American pronunciation. So okay. It's Beterbiev then. Bet Beterbiev. Shane Rock Floyd. Yeah, Shane Rock Floyd too. Shane rocked him good, but he rebounded and won every round after. So yeah, sometimes you get hurt. Yeah, his glove touched the canvas, man. I remember Richard Steele was ref. He should have called that as a knockdown. Okay, Yamian said with Chookagian and Macy, I can see them both winning the fight, but I have to go 60-40 to Chookagian. Okay. Like I still think Barber, like this is the thing, like this is a bad matchup for Barber. Like I think Barber will get closer to a title shot. Yeah, I can see her fighting for the title one day, but when they put this style matchup in front of her, it's different. Like that's why I see why they wanted to match her up against Lauren Murphy. Like her team kind of wanted to fight Lauren Murphy and Andrade, not this fight. They didn't really call for this fight before, and they didn't call for a Manon fight either. I don't even think they ever called for Aaron Blanchfield either, So I can see this style being a problem. Like, honestly, man, yeah, like when you pick Chookagian, I mean, I'm definitely not disagreeing with anybody on that. All right, Zama said no. Okay, so Beterbiev. Yamiam said I really don't watch male fights, but I am looking forward to Francis Joshua. I'm giving this one to Francis. I think he'll hit too hard, too powerful. Also, Joshua doesn't have the chin. Yeah, Francis and Ghana. I forgot that was this weekend too, man. That's Friday, right? I believe the fight's on Friday. I'm gonna be watching that one FC card. Okay, Beterbiev. All right. So we're right. Beterbiev. Perfect. Thank you. I'm gonna watch that one. I'm watching that one FC card, that all women's card this weekend. Yeah, somebody asked if I was going to talk about that. I probably will Thursday. I'm gonna get on Thursday and talk about that card because it's like 9 women's fights. So that's cool, man. I mean, it's crazy. Like ONE FC, they can do that, but they really won't lose like promotion or recognition. But I believe if the UFC does it, they'll kind of lose viewership that night. Like, what do y'all think? Do y'all think ONE FC doing an all women's card kind of hurts their promotion? Because I think like when the UFC does it, like it would kind of hurt their promotion, because of their fan base. It seems kind of weird to me because I know like when ONE FC does it, it seems like their fans tend to turn up a little bit more. The European fan base and Asian fan base, they're gonna be tuning into it, and they're gonna be cheering just as loud as they do for the men over there. You see how Stan Fairtex and Jackie Boonton and all them girls over there, they get all that love and praise. Like, of course, Grasso and them, they get praise over here, but I I see more comments in the UFC fights where people are like, a fight between Chookagian and Barber is a bathroom break. They always say stuff like, "Oh man, this fight between Andrade and Marina Rodriguez, this is a time for me to go get more wings or something, or go drink more beer, or go to the bathroom." But every time I see like Stan Fairtex on a card, so Ham ready to fight any of these girls, whenever Angela Lee was fighting, it seemed like the people were more in tune with their fans. Easy said never hurts one because of Asian culture. They respect all fighters, male and female. Exactly. Yeah. That's why I keep thinking about them. Like, everybody else can do, for the most part, everybody else can do all women cards, like ONE FC, in Invicta's all women anyway. But I believe, when PFL does a one all women's card, ONE FC doing this one with grappling, Muay Thai, MMA, it's gonna bring in, the same amount of fans. Yep, this Friday. Yep. Okay, Robot Chicken Sound picking Barber because she has 3 wins since Chookagian has been more active. Young and improving. Chookagian is a point fighter. All right. Easy said they only picking Barber because they hate Chookagian style. This is why I don't bet off the advice of fans. Yeah. Yeah, man, I'm being honest. Like, I like Chookagian style. And since I like it and I understand it, that's what's making it hard for me to be picking Barber just like that. That's what's really making it me hard to pick Barber. Like, I know Barber's in that threat list of mine, but when you match him up like this, I don't know. Because, even when she fought Manon, like, I picked Manon to win that fight, but I was like, if she fights Chookagian's fight, it's going to be tough. And I know Barber doesn't really have that type of, like, that striking IQ sometimes where she's knows how to start early, but not gas herself out. I don't know. 6 said that's why it was a culture shock for Weili to fight in the UFC. Yeah. Yeah, whenever she fought in the UFC. And her being like, I think Weili being like, if they did do Weili as the main event for 300, it would have pissed a lot of people off too. See, we already know the quality of her fights and her work ethic. So to me, it would have been like, okay, if she was main event for 300, fine. Robot said, yeah, I hate that too. Combo, it's like, do people look down on their mothers too just because they are women? Doesn't mean it's torture to watch. Yeah. Yeah, man. Like, these women, they put the work in, and they fight hard or some. Hey, look, I'm gonna say this. WMMA is giving me more than boxing can right now. WMMA is giving me more than boxing. And boxing was my one love, but they have been tweeting like little. See, I can't even say tweet like little girls now because the women are fighting harder. The little girls are fighting harder than the men are right now. Yeah, Haney and Ryan Garcia got a fight coming up, but they are acting like they're having a mental breakdown. I look at Weili, I look at Aaron, I look at Manon. They're training for their fights coming up. Yan Xiaonan. These ladies are making the men look bad. Manon's out here running miles, riding a bike, running out here early in the morning. Aaron's out here striking, wrestling, putting that work in. I don't hear none of these fighters acting like little punks, They out here having mental breakdowns on Twitter, worrying about what other people think about them. That's pathetic, man. They're supposed to be fighters, but they out here talking junk, calling each other drunks and drug addicts and And posting sparring footage. They out here posting sparring footage too, man. Like they really basing sparring footage off of what could happen now, something that happened 6, 7 years ago. Come on, man. Like these fighters supposed to be better than that, man. Like it's supposed to be better than that. Like who cares what happened to Haney and sparring against Tank? Ryan Garcia is not Tank. And Haney is not the Haney he was when that happened now. Times change. People get better, man. So it's just like, what is the whole point of, this whole tweeting thing? Like boxing, like their promotion is becoming, a circus. Yeah, Marcus, it's becoming a circus. Like their former promotion is really silly. It's making me say they don't deserve that money anymore, like give it to some of these MMA fighters. Like Dana White need to pay his fighters more. But I mean, his business structure is better because, hey, their promotion is promoted all together. The best fights are made. And that's what he's more about the fans' interest. That's what it comes down to. Zama said, I don't think Haney would look as good as Abdul did against Garcia. Bad move. Okay. Yeah, I really don't know personally. Like, I pick Haney to win, but Haney's not Tank, and I don't know, like, with Ryan's like hand speed, is it going to be a problem? I don't know. Yeah, sparring footage from almost 10 years ago, those aren't the same boxers, right? Tank's like 29 now. Haney's already 25, so they're different fighters. Yamim said Conor Ben wants to fight Tank, even though Tank is smaller. I believe also in a smaller weight class. I would still back Davis to beat him. On honesty, yeah, because Tank did fight at 140 pounds, as high as 140. I think Conor Ben fights at 147, maybe even 154. So yeah, he's a little bit taller. Social media really ruined the magic when people misuse it. Yeah. 6, I got Garcia beating Haney. James, what's going on? He said that's your boy Mayweather releasing the footage because Bill Haney's foot has been on his neck for a while. Yeah, and it's edited footage, but at the same time, you can see Tank hurt him a few times. But again, I'm just like, how are we going to use this to try to get into his head? Terrence Crawford should fight Benavidez? Never. That's what Floyd said. No, Floyd knows Canelo needs to fight Benavidez. Floyd and Canelo need to make that fight. That's it. And if Canelo doesn't want to fight Benavidez, then I think we know what that says. Like, in all honesty, I mean, if y'all notice this, like, if you follow boxing, James, I mean, yeah, you do. Canelo's kind of done a Kayla Harrison move. He kind of did a Kayla Harrison move. He came over to PBC, right? Won a couple fights. Now that Benavidez has already won his fights and he's ready, he jumps over back to Eddie Hearn and leaves him behind. Right? So Benavidez, he destroys Boo Boo Andrade. And he's ready in line for that belt. Canelo, he jumps ship and he goes over back to Eddie Hearn. Tank fans, shut up until he gets a real belt. Throw that gumball machine belt away. Yeah, Tank do need some competition. I'm not lying. Like, Tank needs to fight. Look, Haney, Teofimo, Tank, Haney, Teofimo, and Garcia. Like, I was expecting them 4-3 guys to mix it up at some point. And that was like 3 years ago. And only one of the fights happened. Haney is about to fight Garcia. Tank and Garcia already fought. But Teofimo ain't fought Tank. Teofimo ain't fought Haney. Like, they haven't really mixed it up. I prefer boxing in the 90s, Yamiam said. These days, I'm not a fan. Haven't been a boxing fan for years. I prefer the old school boxing, even old black and white fights in the 30s. Yeah, they've really been turning fans away from boxing, man. Like, the matchups now, they come and go. Like I find some interesting. Like there's a couple guys I look at now, but as far as like what's really going on, like it turns fans away. I understand. Yeah, yeah. Robot Chicken said, "Who you got, AJ or Ngannou?" I kind of got Francis, man. I kind of got in Francis Ngannou winning this fight, man. Francis Ngannou showed me a level of smarts against that in Fury, and if he can go in there and smother Joshua, like I think Francis Ngannou has bit of movement. Like AJ seemed a little stiff still, man. Like you really can't change some of the things that like he'll try to change for a fight or two, but then he'll go right back to his old self, man. I think I gotta go with Francis, man. I think when Francis kind of smothered that power and throw them left hooks on the inside, Francis is did Francis fight Southpaw against Tyson Fury? Because if he fights Southpaw against Joshua too, he might knock him out with a straight left hand or something. Do any of y'all remember Zaman or James? Do y'all remember was he fighting did Francis Ngannou fight Southpaw against Tyson Fury? He gonna set Joshua up and knock him out, man. I'm not a fan of any of them to me, but Tank's a sucker. He said he wants all the money to fight anyone. He said his resume is ASS. At least Haney fighting some guys. Haney shouldn't have fought someone else. Should have fought someone else in Ryan. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, Tank needs names, man. Haney is at least fought better guys. He at least fights better guys, and he shouldn't be fighting Ryan. He should be fighting Teofimo. Be fighting Teofimo or somebody, man. I would have taken a Lomachenko rematch than the Ryan Garcia fight, honestly. Robot Chicken says 6. Who do you got, Chookagian or Barber? Easy said, BJ said Francis held up. Yeah, Francis Ngannou, man. Yeah. James said he was switching. Zama said he was switching. Okay. Yeah, I thought he was. I thought he was kind of switching up on him. So I think if he do that little switch up and he walked through some of these, mechanical punches of Joshua, yeah, Ngannou might put him down. Mentally, Joshua just ain't really been in it like that to me either. All right. Before I jump off here, let me see. BJ, you busy, man? You want 10 minutes? I can give you 10 minutes, man. I want to hear your pick on the 2 fights this weekend. If not, it's all good. I'm gonna close this thing out. I've been almost 2 hours, so like I said, I might jump on again Thursday. Friday. James said if Francis beats Fury, it's a disgrace for the heavyweight division. Yeah, that's why they had to rob him. Okay, they had to rob him. I'm gonna email it to you. Hold on. All right, I got 10 minutes because I'm hungry, but I saw you come back and I said, let me see what BJ thinks about this Chookagian fight. I already know what Easy gonna say. I already know what Easy said. Chookagian 30-27. I'm gonna pin that as a quote of the week. If Chookagian wins 30-27, I'm gonna post that. I'm gonna pin that as a quote of the week from Easy E. Ulysses said Francis said beat Tyson. Oh, he did beat Tyson. It was rigged, obviously. Yeah, it was. It was rigged. He beat Tyson. Yes. Okay. I thought he did. Dropped him. All right. I'm trying to do something here, but it's not sending the link. Hold on. Robot said 6 should do tennis with all that extra sound effects. Francis definitely did beat Tyson fairly. Fury. Yeah. I think he did. Man. I think he did, man. He did. And I think he might do the same thing. Might do the same thing to Joshua. All right, hold on. Hold on. So I got a few minutes here. I was talking about Chookagian with the sound. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I got you. I got you. Francis should be fighting Usyk. Man, if Francis hit him to the stomach, he would be down, man. Usyk know he lost that last fight against Dubois. Usyk know he lost that last fight. He should have been technically knocked out or just knocked out to the body. All right, BJ, there you go. I emailed it to you. Got an open link for BJ from No Filter MMA. Just want to get his takes real quick on these fights coming up this weekend. And Easy said Francis should be fighting Usyk. James said AJ has to put the pace on him, but he might get caught in the process. Yeah, I don't know, man. I think Ngannou can take a punch too, man. Like, I don't see Ngannou getting like really hurting here, Rock. Like, I think even if he does, I think he's gonna know what to do as far as like tying up and even using some little, grappling tactics on AJ to wear him down. So that's gonna be a lot of weight on AJ too. AJ gonna be trying to jab him, but I think Ngannou learns fast. That's a good thing about him, man. Like Ngannou learns. Like that was one thing that kind of impressed me jumping into the boxing match. See, I picked Tyson Fury to beat him. I thought possibly stoppage, but he was prepared, man. Like mentally, physically, cardio was on point. His whole approach to the fight, it really impressed me. Most guys that come from MMA don't look that good either. They really don't, though, man. But all right, y'all. I got my man BJ from No Filter MMA in the building. What's up, BJ?
What's going on with you, man? What's up with you? My mic sound okay?
Yeah, you sound perfect, man. What's going on, man? Nothing much over
No.
here.
You know how it goes. Just chilling.
All right, cool, man. I gotta get your take, man, on my girl JoJo, her last fight against Moroz, man.
I mean, is it her last fight though?
I'm hoping so. I'm hoping so,
Is
man.
it? You hope it's her last fight, but what if she come in here and look good though? Like, what if Joanne Calderwood come in here and look good? You know what I'm saying? And whoop Marina Moroz ass.
If she
What
do that,
if? I mean,
if she does, man, I don't want to risk her going in there against somebody in the top 15 either, man. Like I don't want to do it, man. I don't even want to say go get Natalia Silva, go get Casey O'Neill. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's too risky.
it's risky. It's definitely
Yeah.
risky, man. But I think JoJo might show up, man. She's taking the time off that she needed. You know what I'm saying? Rested a little bit, kind of got a chance to work on some stuff. So maybe she'll come back refreshed, bro.
Yeah, I think so. I think she will for this fight, man. I hope so, man. I want to see her go out with a W, man.
Yeah, it's always nice to see him go out with a dub. I would like to see her go out with an impressive win to show that, what I'm saying, she wasn't, just a bust. You know what I'm saying? Because Joanne Calderwood never really got there. You know what I'm saying? Like, she never really got there. She didn't get there. She didn't get there at 115. She didn't get there at 120. She almost got there at 125. Probably, you could probably blame that on some crazy decision making, but it is what it is. But maybe it'll turn around for JoJo. Maybe she'll want to fight a couple more fights. And pull back on the retirement talk a little bit and win some fights and show. I'm down with her doing that. I'm down with
Yeah.
her doing that. Like, she needs some confidence. Like
Okay.
what reason right now does JoJo have to keep going when she keep going out there and losing? She go out there and win and get some confidence. You never know how. Look how it turned to Lima McFarlane around. A good win under your belt, shit, it might change their mind.
Yeah, it could, man. Like, do you mean like her just go for just wins and not try to shoot any higher? because man, she could win this fight. And let's say she does beat like a Casey O'Neill, somebody at the bottom like that too. Like, should she keep going from there?
Bro, she
Like,
might put. Hey, look at Carolina. Carolina Kovalevich is on a 4-fight winning streak. Yeah, I mean, you know what I'm saying? What was we saying about Carolina Kovalevich?
yeah,
Look at
that's
the
true.
look at the aura around Carolina Kovalievich's her losing streak. We were like, everybody was at that time, everybody was like, Carolina Kovalevich need to go ahead and hang it up. Since she got brutally knocked out by Jessica Andrade, this and that, she got beat up by Joanna, da 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 da. She's losing to so and so. And then now what's the conversation about Carolina? Oh, if Carolina get a few more wins, we got to start putting Carolina Kovalevich in the conversation. You know what I'm saying? Like, it sways, it changes like that. Look at how that's done changed. So that, you never quite know how it's gonna happen with a fighter that's saying that, a fighter that's losing and saying, "Oh, I'm gonna hang it up." You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, Alima Lay left us on a cliffhanger like that, saying, she was done, this and that. Now look at Alima Lay. You know what I'm saying? She's back. She's recovered. She fought for the title again. Recovering from an injury and gonna get back in the mix. So you never know. Never know.
Okay. Look, I'm gonna let you stick to that. I'm proud of you, man. You're sticking with my girl JoJo, but I'm gonna stay on this side, man. I think I want her to be done after this, though, man. I would love to see them things happen, man. I'm glad you're keeping that energy about her, man, and you hope she could do it like Carolina, but I just don't see like the type of I don't know. I just don't see her wanting to advance on the ground like Carolina did. Because Carolina, her ground game is a little bit better than JoJo's.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah, it is.
JoJo's
And
has kind of been more about defense.
yes, and her work rate is much higher. Like JoJo, that's what I'm saying, dude. Like, if JoJo go out here and fights like we want to see JoJo fight, you know what I'm saying? And she you know what I'm saying? She's like, okay, I can still do this. I can turn it up. You know what I'm saying? I want to see Marina Moroz test JoJo to the point where JoJo got to turn it up a little bit. And maybe she'll get comfortable doing that. You know what I'm saying? Maybe she'll get comfortable turning it, because she don't be turning it up, bro. Like, she
No.
don't turn it up. Like, JoJo gets like stuck in this gear, and she stays in that gear the whole fight when she needs to be turning it up and scoring. Like, as high level of a striker as you are, and you're not putting those tools to work. Like,
Yeah.
put those,
Yeah.
like, if you're not good. Some people are just never gonna be good on the ground. Some people are never just gonna be good on the feet. You know what I'm saying? So when you aren't there, you got to work on other things around it, like your takedown defense. You know what I'm saying? If you're not good on the ground, work on that takedown defense, work on that scrambling. If you're not good at striking, work on the time and work on a good jab. You know what I'm saying? To open up other things to help get around that hole you got. And JoJo just, hadn't really worked, you hadn't really seen that. But now you
Mhm.
might see it. Like I said, she took this break. You might see some, well, because Marina Moroz probably going to try to take her down. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens.
Okay.
All hope is lost for JoJo for me. I think she can come back. I think she can. I think she can do something if she gets some confidence. She just needs some confidence, bro.
Okay. Yeah, because I was looking at what Ulysses said. He said JoJo up there in age. I don't see it. She wins and then bows out. Um,
Could she very
Robot
well could.
Chicken. Yeah, she could. Yeah, Robot Chicken. Robot Chicken said he feels like KK is more Carolina is more elite in my opinion. Which yeah, I mean she is because she did reach that point to fight for the belt before against Joanna. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And Carolina's just, man, I don't know. I don't know what's the got in Carolina, bro. Like, I don't know if it's the few extra little pounds she done put on. I don't know. Is it because she got her teeth fixed? Like, I don't know what it is, or what Carolina done did. You know what I'm saying? But Carolina's a new dog, bro. Like, she's a new Carolina, man. And I'm ready
All
to
right,
see.
Ulysses
Go ahead.
said Carolina's an anomaly, but I'm terrified every time she fights. That chin is weak.
Yeah, we say that chin is weak, but her chin, she ain't been rocked since she ain't been rocked since she been in there, since she been back in there. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, maybe I don't know how bad is her chin. You know what I'm saying? How bad is her chin? Because she done been hit by some crackers. You know what I'm saying? Like some girls done cracked her, and she ain't went down. Ain't even look really wobbled. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? So, and
yeah.
Carolina's fighting so much more smarter now, man. Like she's fighting so much smarter. She's sitting down. Like when she's in that dog fight, I forgot who it was. She was. Who did she just fight?
Oh, she just fought. Did she just fight Belbita?
Was it Diana? Was it Diana? No, it wasn't Diana Belbita. Who was Carolina's last fight?
Hold on.
Combo, please look it up for me.
All right, I'm gonna look it up right now. Hold on. Oh. Hold on. Here it is. Yeah, it was Belbita. It was Belbita.
One of these fights that Carolina was in, she had to dig deep because them striking exchanges, you know what I'm saying, was getting hot and heavy. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
So
was it? I know Juarez, that girl, Savannah Juarez. She's that boxer
Silvana,
girl. That
yeah, she got hit by Juarez, but she wasn't. It
oh,
might have been.
Demopolis. Demopolis.
It was Demopolis. Like no, man, was it Demopolis?
Because
No, you know
Demopolis
what?
ain't.
Go ahead.
Demopolis ain't really like a striker, but she'll go in there and like brawl with you. You know. So was it
But it,
her?
but maybe I'm thinking maybe it was the Diana Belbito fight. You know what I'm saying? That was a pretty good match on the feet. Like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Those striking exchanges were good. And Carolina Carolina was sitting down on those punches, man. Like she was sitting down on those punches and backing Diana Belbita up. You know what I'm saying? So Carolina she's a new type of fighter, bro. Like you could tell like she likes it's crazy when you think about it because when you look at Carolina, it's like there's this look of like she got this game face, bro, when she's in there and it's a dog fight. You know what I'm saying? Like Carolina likes that. A lot of people say she shouldn't be like that. You know what I'm saying? But we just have to recognize we just gotta accept the fact that Carolina is a dog and she likes to brawl, bro. Like if you want to brawl with Carolina Kovacevic, then she gonna welcome that. And yes,
Yeah.
she played with fire with Andrade, but in a way it was kind of her type of fight. You know what I'm saying? Like she likes that.
Yeah, she does. It's dangerous though, because I mean,
It's dangerous.
it worked against Rose when she did it with Rose. You know, she worked her Rose body and stuff, and
Yeah,
um, but I like the fact that she's kind of tried to control it. Like as of lately, I noticed she has kind of went back to like long striking. You know, from a distance,
yeah, right.
she won't commit as much to it. Like when she fought Diana Belbita, there was some exchanges, but I saw her throwing like more longer punches, staying on the outside. So I think with her evolving in that should benefit her, where I think, JoJo, I think she just kind of has more of a mentality to go in there and trade most of the time. JoJo be getting bloody, she be egging it on, she be wanting more. And that's been her downfall to me.
my,
I'm
my
serious.
downfall my downfall for JoJo is just she don't take the fight to him. You know what I'm saying? Like she don't
Hmm.
initiate nothing. She's too reactive. You right. Like she's too defensive and too like reactive. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to see JoJo lead the dance. I want to see JoJo out there putting some combinations on folks. You know what I'm saying? Using speed because I know she's got it, but she don't
Hmm.
show it at all, man. She don't fight to her. She like JoJo fights at like 65%. Like at least give us 80, 85%. You know what I'm saying? She don't always do like easy. Okay, easy. He says JoJo was always overrated. That's her biggest
I saw
downfall.
that. I knew Easy want to start, man. No, man.
He kind of right though, because JoJo never really did turn that corner. She never really did turn
No,
that corner.
yeah,
So we'll see. We'll see. As
yeah,
Zama said, speed JoJo is slow, but I'm saying the level of athlete that JoJo is. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
I'm sure they taught speed. They taught something. God damn it! I mean,
No,
shit.
like I do agree to a certain point. Like she, even when she was in the tough house, like I always thought she was gonna make something because I thought she was gonna evolve along the way. But there was some things that was shown, man. Like when Rose submitted her in the house, and then Marina Moroz submitted her back then. I was like, okay, this she lacking something. Like, and then when I'm seeing Joanna, man, like Joanna, she up here beating girls up and she getting up, man. When you take her down, she be popping back up. I'm like, there's the difference right there. I was like, that's where she's downfall, right? That's where she's falling right there. And if they don't fix that, it's gonna be a problem, man. Like, I think they thought at a point too, maybe if she moved up in weight, it was gonna help. But I was like, oh no, man, like that's gonna be even worse because she's gonna deal with
Dude,
heavier grapplers.
and that's and if that was the thought process, oh, you'll have better chances at 25. You're like, dude, how could you, if JoJo can't grapple, why would you send her into the fire at 25?
Right,
Like, why
right,
would you
right.
send her into the grappling fire at 25? Like, because it's not gonna be long before she run into a damn grappler at 25. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like, it's not gonna be this ran into Tyler Santos. You know what I'm saying? Like, did she lose to Tyler Santos?
Yeah, she did.
Yeah. She lost to Tyler Santos. Then she got subbed by Alexa Grasso. I'm like,
Both of them,
damn.
they both subbed her the same way. I'm just telling you, man. I'm telling you the facts, man. They both subbed her the same way, man. It was both rear naked chokes, man.
Oh, yes, bro. And so I mean, I don't know, man, but maybe JoJo gets some spark. You know what I'm saying? JoJo's supposed to be up there with Chookagian and them, man. Like, I mean, you know what I'm saying? She's supposed to be up there with Chookagian and them. So
Oh
I
yeah.
mean, it's crazy, man. But once again, speaking of Chookagian, you know what I'm saying? Chookagian's path could have been similar to JoJo's. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Won't racked up a bunch of wins, and then these newcomers came in and knocked you off your spot. But that hasn't happened to Chookagian, man. Like Chookagian, I'm looking at her picture up there now, man. Captain Chookagian, man, she's a true fighter, dude. Like Captain Chookagian, a lot of people feel how they feel about Chookagian and her style. It doesn't matter. Chookagian is locked in that cage, just like the person she's standing across from. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? And Chook is a true fucking fighter, dude. Like, she don't get the respect she deserves. You know what I'm saying? But Chookagian's a true fighter, man, and she will fight anybody. Like anybody that gets in there, like anybody that wants to get in there with Chookagian, you can get in there. You know what I'm saying? Like you can take it. We all, I've been saying who ducking Macy Barber. Well, am I surprised that Catlin Chookagian booked a fight with Macy Barber? No, because Chook will fight anybody. She'll
Yeah.
fight anybody. So,
Mo
and of course I'm rooting for Macy Barber, but Macy Barber got an uphill battle to fight here, dude, with Callum. Like she got an uphill battle to fight because Chookagian is solid and she knows what she's doing, man, and she knows how to fight all these different styles. This might be Macy's kind of seen a style like this before with Alexa Grasso, what I'm saying? Something similar, long rangey fighters. But there's nothing Chookagian hadn't seen, man. There's nothing she hadn't seen. So this is
Mhm.
a very interesting fight. Very interesting fight.
Yeah, man, that's the thing that's making it dangerous, man. It's like more so dangerous for Barber because she could go in there and get kind of exposed on IQ, man. Because
Exactly. Yeah.
you know Chikagan ain't gonna go in there and stand and bang with her, man. She not E-Boss now. She not E-Boss,
But
man. Like,
ain't no dog. Like Chook ain't no dog, really. You
I mean, when
know.
you look at this fight, it's gonna be interesting because they both fought E-Boss and they share custody with E-Boss, but
Yeah.
more so Barber owns her because Barber owned it, man. Like Chikagan, she kind of had a close scare with E-Boss. I ain't gonna lie, that was a close one, but Barber don't really
Macy
fight like
too.
E-Boss.
Macy too.
Yeah, yeah, Macy too.
Macy, bro. Macy was bloodied up too. Macy
Yeah,
was bloodied
Macy.
up in that fight.
Yeah, I can say that because Chikagan didn't get bloody though.
No.
Barber, she did open Barber up though. She did open
Right.
Barber up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but that Chookagian fight was that was a good
Don't make me
fight.
say it. Don't make me say it.
Bro, Chook almost knocked her out, bro. I'm telling you,
No,
bro.
not that,
I'm
but
telling you,
E-Boss was tossing that big girl around, man.
bro, bro. Bro, it was crazy because I thought in my mind I'm thinking Chookagian probably think she can clinch up Ebos because Ebos is a strawweight moving up. You know what I'm saying? Can you hear me, Combo?
I hear you. Yeah, 100.
Yeah. And man, I mean, and Catlin kept trying to get that clinch, man. Every time Catlin came in, bro, them spider legs was up in the air, bro. That shit was crazy. I was like, look at that shit, like, and it wasn't muscle or nothing like that. But Chookagian was closing the distance. And Ebos just capitalized on it, tossed her, bro. I was like, bruh.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, man.
You
That's why I was
know?
surprised, man. I was like, yo, Chookagian got blocking that head toss, man. E-Boss is using some judo on her, man.
Yeah, she was. And that's how you gotta fight Chookagian. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how you gotta fight. And see, I don't think Macy Barber, you know what I'm saying, is gonna take that kind of approach. But I'm telling you, Combo, it's gonna be so interesting to see how this fight plays out in the clinch. The clinch is gonna be huge in this fight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because you got
Yeah.
the height of Catelyn Chookagian doesn't worry me when it comes to Macy Barber, because Macy Barber stood Montana big ass up against that cage, you know what I'm saying, and worked worked the bigger, taller, longer fighter. You know what I'm saying? So the height of Chookagian doesn't bother me. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be the fact that Chookagian is good in the clinch, bro. Her digging underhooks, moving off the cage. Chookagian works her own clinch. So it's gonna come to, as far as strength, I do think Macy Barber is probably stronger in the clinch than Catelyn Chookagian, but Chookagian is slick though. Like, she'll get out of that clinch, man. Like, she'll get out of that clinch, you know what I'm saying? And she'll start,
slide out.
right, she'll slide out and she'll start damn throwing. She'll start hitting you catching you at the end of those little punches. You know what I'm saying? She'll start doing that. And Chookagian can work Macy Barber to the body. Like, there's a lot of ways that Chookagian can win this fight. You know what I'm saying? Make Macy chase her. You know what I'm saying? Macy just gonna have to, I'm telling you, this is gonna have to be a fight where Macy brings it all together. Like, if Macy gets the clinch on Chookagian, she's gonna have to keep her there. She's gonna have to hurt Chookagian, like, get some blood from Chookagian. Fuck with her mind a little bit. Like, hit her hard a couple of times. Let her feel your power. Like, she'll have to get in there. She'll have to get up under Chookagian big ass. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, yeah, she gonna have to. She gonna have to, bro. It's a good fight. It's a good fight.
It is, man. Like, that's what's making this thing interesting. Like, who's gonna get drawn into their fight, man? Because, like, this too, like, I'm looking at what Zaman said. Zaman said Barber was kind of losing against Ebos, even in the striking. Like, what does that kind of say about, like, Barber's IQ, even from a range? Like, if she was getting caught by Ebos' shots, like,
Well,
don't you kind of
Ebos was. I mean, if you want me to be honest about Ebos' stand up, Ebos' stand up is her stand up is underrated, because she was going tit for tat with Catelyn Chookagian in there. Like, she was like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Chookagian wasn't. Yeah, Adaruho too. But Chookagian wasn't. We usually see Chookagian outwork her opponents. There wasn't one moment in that fight with Amanda Ebos where Chookagian was outworking her. There was not one spot. There was not one moment in that fight where Chookagian was outpacing Amanda Ebos. Everything everything that Catelyn Chookagian was doing, Amanda Ebos was matching her with it. Like, as far as, throwing punches and shit like that, like, Chookagian never really pulled ahead of her like that. Now, toward the end of the fight, you know what I'm saying? Like, Chookagian started sitting down on some punches, you know what I'm saying? Like, as best as she could, you know what I'm saying? And you can see it, you know what I'm saying? But, there was a visible gap in between Ebos and Macy Barber, on the other hand, you know what I'm saying? So that could be a problem. That could be a problem. If Catelyn Chookagian is able to, like, dictate that, like, if she's able to set that pace and set that tone for the fight, you know what I'm saying, and evade anything, any clinch activities that Macy tries to, put her in, you know what I'm saying, then she has an advantage there. Like, that's, if you fight Chookagian's fight, then you're fighting Chookagian's fight, period. You know what I'm saying? Don't matter who you are. If you're fighting her fight, you're fighting her fight. And that's the best path to victory for Catelyn, or either taking Macy down, put Macy on her back. Macy's not good on her back. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's hard for Macy to get up when she on her back. And
I gotta mention, Chookagian, Chookagian just a little while back got her black belt too.
Got her black belt, yeah. She got her black belt. So Chook is a black belt now. So she should be able to hold Macy Barber down. I wouldn't be surprised, but it's going to be up to Macy. It's going to be up to Macy to be that crafty new, she's not even, at this point, they're both veterans. Like, Macy's a veteran at this point. It's just gonna have to be. It's gonna have to be up to Macy to rely on her IQ, man. One thing about Macy though, Macy can fight. If all else fails, technically wise, and Macy, you know what I'm saying, can't get whatever she's trying to get, follow the game plan. At the end of the day, Macy can fight.
Yeah, she
Period.
don't quit, man. She don't quit. She's a fighter. She's a
Right.
fighter.
She's a natural, like Macy's a natural fighter. So, Macy might have to pull that out the bag in this fight. You know what I'm saying? This Chookagian is one of the best flyweights in the division. She's one of the top dogs in the division.
Yeah.
So Natalia Silva ain't fighting Catelyn Chookagian. We want to talk about
Oh,
Natalia Silva. She's not fighting. She's not
I
fighting
knew that.
Chookagian.
I knew that was coming.
Kareem Silva's not fighting Chookagian. Okay,
Dang.
Macy Barber is fighting Chookagian. So
Hey, I'll tell you, I know who did. Manon did.
yeah, Manon did, but that fight was close, dude. Like Manon didn't pull away from Chookagian in that fight.
Hey, that's the point. It was close though, but she still did
Fight
it.
was close. That fight was close.
It was close, but she still did it. But like some people don't fight her. Some people don't want to fight her.
No, some people don't want to fight her. That's true. Some people don't want to fight her.
I'm not saying Natalia or Kareem don't, but I think they will. I think if they line them up with her, they'll fight her too, man.
Man, they get exposed. Natalia Silva for sure will get exposed.
What?
Chookagian would expose Natalia Silva, bro. You know she would, dude. Chookagian would, bro. Chookagian would frustrate the living hell out of Natalia Silva.
Man, I think style wise, I think Kareem Silva honestly would be a little bit more dangerous for Chookagian because
that's why I said Natalia Silva. Yeah, that's why I said Natalia Silva because Kareem Silva presents a different type of danger than Natalia Silva does. You know what I'm saying? Kareem Silva, being in there with Kareem Silva is more dangerous for Chook than being in there with Natalia Silva. Because it doesn't worry me for Chookagian to fight another striker. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to be something different than a striker just to beat Chookagian. You go in there and try to strike with Chookagian. You know what I'm saying? You go in there, stand on the feet with Chookagian. You trying to stand toe for toe with Chookagian, then good luck. Like I said, you ain't got to worry about getting knocked out or nothing like that. But you got to worry about that. You got to rely on that cardio. That cardio better not fade. Chookagian gonna test you in multiple other ways. So.
So you making more strong reasons for me to pick Chookagian now.
Listen, Barber man. Too. We got our triple threats, but respect has to be given where it's given, dude.
Yeah,
and Chookagian is one of the ones that have showed us and has earned that kind of respect. Like I said, I'm picking Macy Barber to win the fight. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like Macy, at this point in her career, stringing these wins together, Macy ready for something. You know what I'm saying? So you got to give her some. You got to give Macy somebody to fight. You know what I'm saying? That's up in the upper part of the division because she deserves it. You pushing Natalia Silva and you pushing Kareem Silva. Why the fuck ain't you pushing Macy Barber? You know what I'm saying? So this is Macy Barber's opportunity right here. So
she got to do something. She's got to do something because it can't look like her past couple fights too. To really convince everybody in the UFC that she's legit ready for the title. It can't be close like Miranda. It can't be close like Andrea Lee. Those are good fights for her because they showed what she needed to work on, and she has changed in each fight. But there have been some close calls in there. The Ebos fight was still. It was a good showing because she got a finish, but it was still lacking in complete dominance with her skills, right? You know what I mean? There was still parts in there.
But that's the thing about Macy, though. That's the thing about Macy. You know what I'm saying? You may be beating her skill for skill, but you ain't got that knockout power like Macy. She got that great equalizer. And that fight with Ebos showed the equalizer is a fucking thing. You can beat me. You can be beating Macy skill for skill. You know what I'm saying? But she can knock you the fuck out. Look at how the tide changed in that third round against Grasso. You know what I'm saying? Grasso outskilling the hell out of Macy Barber in that fight. Then she gets
I
hit a
will
couple times. Go ahead.
I will say this though, like Grasso said, like she said she hurt her she tore her ACL in that fight, so that's why she slowed down in the third round
Oh, I don't
with
remember
Barber.
that.
Yeah, she went on. She mentioned that like after the fight. She just mentioned it last year. She was like, she hurt her leg in that fight. That's why like she
Okay.
had slowed down against Barber. Like Barber
Okay.
never hurt her or anything like that.
She did, but she started getting hit though.
Yeah,
Like
whenever
Grasso.
her opponent became stationary, and that's
Yeah.
my thing. Like Barber, is winning these fights with knockout power, but like whenever she fight, let's say if she fights Grasso or Valentina, like she's gonna have to rely on more of that. That's why I mean, like
Yeah.
when she fights
Yep.
Chookagian, man, she's got to do something a little different, man. Like we got to see her do something a little bit different.
I can tell you though. If I don't be surprised. Don't be surprised if Macy Barber goes in here and stalls Chookagian up against that damn cage and starts landing some damage on Chookagian though. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't be surprised if Macy. Like, I'm not going to be surprised if Macy is able to put in control like her clinch game. If Macy can get her clinch game going, like Macy's dangerous, bro. You know what I'm saying? Even after the fact, like even after Macy's had you in that clinch and wore you down in that clinch, you know what I'm saying? When you separate, like Macy gonna attack, like Macy coming. You know what I'm saying? Because you a tad bit slower after you come out of that clinch. You know what I'm saying? Macy can be very strategical with it. And you know what I'm saying? And Macy can do it, man. If she can put that damage on Chookagian in that clinch, she knows how to strike a taller, longer fighter in the clinch. So I'm not worried about that. But Macy, I'm definitely going for Macy Barber. Like I'm going for Macy Barber, but Chookagian is that crafty veteran, man. Like she's that crafty veteran, and this very well could be a comeback fight for Chookagian. This could very well be Chookagian's fight, but undoubtedly, I'm going for Macy Barber.
How you got Macy winning this one?
We.
Ooh, in the meantime, Easy said, I don't know about that one, BJ. I think Natalia would sleep Chookagian, to be honest. Ooh.
Okay.
Zama said sleep. No.
Sleep,
Yeah,
absolutely.
I thought he said sweep. Sweep, I could see maybe like a 30-27 thing, but sleep, I don't
No,
know. I don't know if she'll sleep her like that
I
because the
don't know
last few
about
fights,
sleeping.
yeah, she's been fighting a little bit more cautious. Like she's bagging the win, but not really going for the knockout.
And Chookagian rolls with a lot of punches too. Like
Hmm.
like Chookagian ducking and weaving and rolling and stuff. Like we can't forget how good Chookagian's movement and footwork is in there. You know what I'm saying? Like as far as stand up, she's the complete. She's almost other than the power, she's damn near the complete package on the feet. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
if
As
she
far
had more
as like
power, yeah, she'd be dangerous,
right.
man.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, if Chook had power, you know what I'm saying? Like Chookagian would be it. You know what I'm saying? And but as far as like, creating a puzzle that's hard to figure out on the feet, absolutely. Like she's more than capable of doing that. Natalia Silva, to me, man, like, she's exposed these girls on the lower level as far as like striking, but you know what I'm saying? Once again, Jennifer Maya is not there. You know what I'm saying? Taila Santos ain't there. You know what I'm saying? So,
Hmm.
Natalia Silva, I don't know. Like that's a good test. Like her versus Jennifer Maya would have been a good test because Jennifer Maya in her last few fights in the UFC, Jennifer Maya looked good in those fights. You know what I'm saying? Like that fight with Viviane Araújo, that was a close fight. You know what I'm saying? That was a very close fight.
But she
Um,
looked
but
good in the Casey O'Neill fight
he
and
was good
the
in the case. Man,
Marina Moreau fight.
Marina Moreau, the way she was stringing those combinations together on O'Neal, like that was some good work from Jennifer Maya, and they were fast. You know what I'm saying? Those combinations were firing off fast, and she beat the hell out of Marina Moreau's too. So like those tests, we don't get those tests. You know what I'm saying? We don't get to see Natalia Silva in those tests.
Yeah.
So it is what it
Oh man.
is.
Hey, Ulysses, this is a good question right here. I'm gonna let you answer first, BJ, man, because Oh, make sure
Go
you
ahead.
subscribe, Ulissa. I know you new around here, Ulissa, but make sure you subscribe over here and No Filter MMA because you been having some good questions and comments. But he said with Blanchfield Mall Barber.
Oh, um,
Yeah, that's a good one. I gotta make you think right there.
oh, yeah, that makes you. First of all, James Maya didn't beat the brakes off O'Neal. O'Neal was in there. They were banging,
Uh-oh.
yo. I
Uh-oh.
don't
Don't
want to
get
hear that.
sidetracked with that. Don't get sidetracked with that.
I don't want to hear about that. Beat the brakes off O'Neal. Now O'Neal was in there banging. Was in there banging. That was a brawl, and I love that fight. Jennifer Maya, Casey O'Neal. I love that fight. But let's see. Yeah, probably. You know what I'm saying? Like, and what I mean is, like Macy, for fighters, like for smaller fighters, Macy hard to take down. Like Jillian Robertson tried everything to take her down. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like to smaller fighters, Macy Barber is hard to take down. But for somebody like, somebody like Aaron Blanchfield, you know what I'm saying? Like, didn't Ebos take Ebos tossed
Ebos
Macy
took
ass
it down.
too, didn't she?
Ebos
Macy,
did. Andrea Lee did. They both
bro,
did.
bro, Ebos be tossing the biggest flyweights, bro.
Ebos put her on her back too for a little bit. She was
But
like, "How did I get here?"
But she head tossed Macy Barber too, didn't she?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. Oh damn. Um, you know, for girl and Ebos to me is like Ebos looks like a solid sized flyweight. Like she's not giving up size at flyweight at all. You know what I'm saying? I think Ebos fits flyweight better than she fits strawweight.
Mm-hmm.
But girls big and strong like that, man, Aaron Blanchfield, they might can get Macy down. You know what I'm saying? But the problem, the only way I think that Macy Barber can present danger for Aaron Blanchfield is at the beginning of the round.
Mm-hmm.
At the begin, like when they come together, like if Aaron Blanchfield's trying to stand in the pocket, because Aaron Blanchfield gotta give her dog props too. Aaron Blanchfield will stand in the pocket with you. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
yeah.
Like you know what I'm saying? Like that's the thing. Like she stood in the pocket with Taila Santos. And sometimes I feel like Aaron Blanchfield is kind of stubborn with it. Like she'll stay in the pocket with you until she gets successful. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Like, you
That's
know what I'm saying?
dangerous.
Like you might hit her, but Aaron gonna stay there until she start being successful in that pocket.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And that's like the danger area for Macy, like for Aaron against Macy Barber, because Macy can clip you. Like Macy can hurt Aaron Blanchfield. Like she can hurt her on the feet. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And
Right.
I'm not sure if Aaron Blanchfield has ever felt power like Macy. Like she felt Andrade. She did. She did get that Andrade power, but Andrade wasn't fought like Andrade was like hitting her and then admiring what she did. You know what I'm saying? Versus
Yeah.
Macy, like Macy keeps the attack on. Like when Macy hits you, like there's another one coming right after it. That's how Macy chips these girls down when she's got them. Like look how she beat down Jillian Robertson. Jillian trying to get out of there. Macy just one hit after another. Boom, elbows, boom, like everything. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like
Yeah.
look how she did Ebos. She hurt
Mm-hmm.
Ebos, and what Macy attacked her. So I don't know, man. And that's a good fight. That's a good fight, man. It's a good
Yeah, because
fight.
I said that's one I need to see, man. And let
Yeah,
me see.
yeah,
Let me think how I think that would go with Blanchfield Mall Barber. I think it all depends for me, like if she can weather that fire like she did against Santos. I
yes,
think it comes down to her being able to get by those shots. But to me, it's going to be hell doing that because the thing about Barber is like she might not be the best long striker, but the rangy striker, but she's kind of fluid, man. Like when she lets kicks go, high kicks go, and like
yeah,
the way she throws her
yeah,
straight left hand, like some of
yeah,
her, I ain't gonna lie, like some of her shots are prettier than Aaron's. Like Aaron's gets the job done, no
yeah,
lie. Like I think she's a better overall fighter, but I think with the way Macy lets shots go and against opponents that are right in front of her, they can be dangerous, man. And like
yeah,
if Aaron wants to get in there, she's got to shut all of that down, man. You got to be able to like really get her off her balance. Because
Yeah,
when you're in front of her, yeah, Barber don't mind letting go. She'll throw body kicks and head kicks, and they look pretty, and she'll catch you. So Aaron, to me, if she gets past that, I think against the cage, she take an elbow or two. But I like the way she hand fights, and I like her head control. Like she was controlling Taila Santos in that second and
yeah,
third round against the
yeah,
cage. So
yeah.
if she's able to do that against Taila,
Aaron's cage work is underrated too.
it's underrated. Yeah, it's really
Yeah,
good. Like how she got your head, position, and she just
yeah,
had you kind of high up on your feet. Like I think she has the ability to maul if she gets her to the ground. Once she gets her to the ground, Barbara's more in trouble, like on her back. And
right.
Aaron is strong. Like
Yeah,
Aaron picked Molly McCann up and tossed her down. She was picking Miranda up round after round. These
yeah.
little thick girls, she was picking up and just controlling them. So I think, if she gets in on Barber and trips her, like Barber's gonna have a hard time getting up. Like Barber on her back would have a really hard time getting up against Aaron. Like she's been in there on the ground with Ebos and Grasso, and they gave her trouble. But if Blanchfield puts her on her back, I think it's a different story. Like she gets mauled, man. I think she gets mauled on her back. But on the
Bro,
feet,
I bet Aaron Blanchfield and Macy Barber both when they step in the cage, bro. They at least a buck 40. A
yeah, they
buck 40.
definitely up there. They about looking like some bantamweights, man.
Bro, bro, Aaron Blanchfield too, bro. Like when they step into the cage, bro, like they at least 142, bro. I give them 142 max.
But Barber's not moving back down to 115.
Never, bro. She's never going back to 115, bro. She can forget that,
Yeah.
bro. Macy Barber is big, bro. Like when she on fight night, like Macy Barber is bigger than most of those girls. Like, dude, when she like even though Montana was taller than her, dude, when they was close body to body, Macy looked bigger than Montana, bro. Like she looked like, you know what I'm saying? Like she
Yeah,
just
like
looked
a little bit more mass to her, yeah.
right, yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? She looked more, I don't know, man. Like just looked bigger. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like Macy's a true flyweight. Like I can see Macy going up before she go down, bro.
Yeah, I think she'd have to go up before she goes down. Like older
Yeah.
she gets, she ain't trimming that weight. But yeah, that
Right.
would be, man, Blanchfield Barber. That junk need to happen at some point, man.
Oh, Barbara Manon. Barbara
I want
Manon,
to see
like
that. I want to see Valentina Manon. I think style wise that would be
Valentina
better.
Manon.
Yeah,
Valentina Manon.
yeah, that's the fight I want to see. Like I think something about Barber and Aaron is a much more interesting fight, man. Like
Well, you
and
know they're
and,
gonna
and
fight
I still want to see
6-1.
Natalia Silva. I want to see Natalia Silva and Barber at some point
Bro,
too. So
Natalia Silva is not ready, bro. Like she
oh
is
boy,
not,
man.
she's not ready, bro.
What makes her not ready? I need to know. Like, what makes Natalia Silva
Bro,
not
it's
ready?
just something I don't know what it is, combo.
Okay,
I don't know
what is
what
she not ready for? What are you basing it? Like, what do you think she's not ready for? Like, is she not ready for top 5? She not ready for the belt? Like, where are you putting her at? Where do you place her at, even though she's in top 15?
I just don't know if Natalia Silva, like if that style is going to carry her all the way, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know if that style is gonna carry Natalia Silva all the way up, man. Cause you have you gotta I get what you're saying, man. Like, you have specialists, you know what I'm saying, but she ain't even I don't even know, man. I don't know. It's just I think somebody I need to see what Natalia Silva looks like when she's been taken down. You know what I'm saying? Like I need to see that. You know what I'm saying? Like I need to
She's
see
been down
that.
a few times. She's been like, with some big girls too. Like, I think Jasmine tried to get her down and she got right back up, man. She's got some, good scramble about
We're
her.
talking about Jazz the Visits though.
That's a
You
big
know,
girl though, man.
I
That's a
mean,
big
yeah,
girl. That's a big
you're
girl.
right,
Like
you're right.
that girl is feisty on the ground, man. She be dirty fighting and everything. I mean, Natalia Silva kind of, doesn't fight like offensively like Joanna, but like she's physically strong like that. She just doesn't take the same approach to get hit like Joanna does. That's kind of what I see in her. But like you think she's just lacking like Do you think she's like a dog or anything else? Like what else?
I feel like Natalia Silva tries to fight too clean in there.
Okay,
You know what
too
I'm saying?
clean. Hmm.
You know, some people can say, well, how can you say that and you don't say that about Chookagian? Chookagian is different. Like Chookagian is not scared to get in there and fight. You know what I'm saying? She's not fighting skittish. Like I feel like Natalia Silva fights skittish. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I just feel like she's skittish in there. Like she's I don't like she's I don't know, man. Like it's just she's skittish.
Mm.
You know,
Skittish.
she's
I
skittish.
get
Like yeah,
I get like a cautious feel from her. Like she's she's looking to win every round. But do you think like are you saying there's some fear in her? I don't see the
I
fear in
don't
her because
not not fear. She's not fear. It's not fear. I
okay.
just I just don't know if Natalia Silva can fight a gritty fight. Like I think
Hmm.
Natalia Silva is afraid of it getting the water getting murky in there. You know what I'm saying? So she
Mm.
wants to keep it clean. You know what I'm saying? She wants to keep it clean. You know what I'm saying? And you know, but I feel like that's where she's most comfortable. I feel like if it does go to the clinch or something like that with somebody who's good in the clinch, somebody who's fluid in the clinch, or somebody who's good on the ground, she's less comfortable there. Like I feel like
Mm.
she's not. She's. I feel like the only thing that she's comfortable with is fighting how she fights. Like she doesn't
Mhm.
want to fight any other kind of way. She doesn't want the
Mm.
fight to go any kind of other way except her dancing around going ha ha ha. Like that's it. That's all she wants. You know what I'm saying? And unfortunately, somebody's gonna muddy the waters for Natalia Silva. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I think that Karine Silva is a more well-rounded fighter than Natalia Silva because Karine Silva will throw big shots and get that takedown and take you down and dominate you and maul you. You know what I'm saying? Like she'll do that. Her striking is ever improving. You know what I'm saying? But Natalia Silva, I feel like it's not cautious of fighting, it's cautious of the fight changing.
Mhm.
You know,
Mm.
and I feel like that's how she fights, man. Like she fights like that.
Hmm.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
Kareem, like
she does stick
look,
to her game plan. I mean, she does stick to what she wants to do in there, you know, but I still
yeah,
think
like
that
Lolita said Karine is scary. Yeah, like Karine Silva is more is scarier than Natalia Silva for me.
but
Like
I
she's
can't really base
scary.
it off of that though. Like I'm talking about her as a fighter. Like Corinne, yeah, of course it's scary, but like Natalia Silva, I mean, her style as a particular fighter, like you think that stops her from getting to a title shot though?
I need to see what Natalia Silva. See, that's why I'm saying like we need why did they cut Maya and Santos? Like I need to see somebody fight. I need to see how Natalia reacts to a in close fight. You know what I'm saying? Like I need to see how Natalia reacts to
You
somebody
okay,
trying
you
to take
base
her down.
okay, I get you. You wanna see somebody that makes her fight their
Do
fight
something.
instead.
Yes, I want to see.
Out of her comfort zone, I understand, yeah.
Yes, bingo, bingo. There you go. Yes, that's
Okay,
exactly what I'm saying.
okay. I mean, yeah, I can see that, but to me, personally, I don't think that stops her from getting to, like, a potential title shot, you know, I think that with what she possesses, you know, I think it frustrates so many women that she doesn't have to change right now, you know, so I don't think that stops her. So I can see her getting there, but yeah, at some point, yeah, she's gonna have to be able to adapt in a fight where you're dealing with like somebody who wants to go to the ground, like a Aaron, or if you get caught in the corner against a Macy, we got to see a little bit more from you, you know?
Right. Exactly.
Yeah,
Like
but
I want to see her be like I want to see her be fluid in those situations. Not be panicky in those situations. Like if she's like fluid in those situations, then yeah. I know you probably thinking, oh, you ain't this critical of Casey O'Neill, this and that. You ain't this critical of O'Neill. Listen, O'Neill to me has showed versatility. You know what I'm saying? Like she may have some IQ things that she needs to work on. You know what I'm saying? But she showed versatility. You know what I'm saying? And just don't see versatility from I don't see versatility from Natalia Silva.
Well, I
I
think
think,
yeah, for Natalia Seal, but you see, it's working more for her because she hasn't had to. Like she's been that good at the several things she's doing, like takedown defense and her striking. You know, like I mean, I've seen her like before she got to the UFC, she could take girls down, and I believe she did take a few girls down even in the UFC, right? Like she taking some people down, and she's gotten submission wins too. So I think Natalia Silva has those other tools, but it's like why have to use them if you don't? When you're doing this well. I mean,
yeah, I mean, I guess you're right. Yeah, you're right. You're right. I see what you mean. But Combo, I have to ask you this question again. Where is Melissa Gatto?
man, she is about to fight on the Manon and Aaron card.
Who's she fighting?
They actually giving her a straw weight, man.
Oh,
They're
come
giving
on.
her a straw weight. They're not actually giving her somebody like Montana or somebody that's a legit fight. They got her fighting that Dudakova, man, the girl with the staph infection.
Oh, come on. Wasn't her last fight? Her last fight was at flyweight, wasn't it?
That Dudakova, no, it was at 115. She fought
Are you
Jinu Fry.
sure?
Yeah, she fought Jinu
Okay.
Fry. She's a straw weight. She's a full-time straw weight. It's like I believe they got her moving to flyweight to fight Gatto for whatever reason.
Maybe she's
Gatto
moving to
better win
flyweight.
though.
Maybe
Yeah,
she's moving to flyweight.
man. I don't think she need to be up there, man. I don't really think she a big enough girl to be flyweight. She only like 25 and she's kind of she she's like 5'6", 5'5" or something like that. I guess she's kind of tall, but I don't know. I don't know. I think Melissa Gatto got this one.
Melissa Gatto needs something. And then also, where the hell is Tracy Cortez, man? Like, what? Tracy just let her ranking go.
Man, Tracy Cortez should have let Gatto win that fight that night. That's all I gotta say. She should have gave it to her, man. She should have just laid down and let that girl submit her so we could ride with Gatto, because I know Gatto would have been back in action.
Man, Tracy Cortez she lost her ranking and said, okay, like, now let me get another fight to get back into, like, if I got booted out the rankings and it wasn't because I lost and it was because of inactivity, I'm calling out number 15. You know what I'm saying? Like, no,
Yeah,
let me get my spot back.
yeah.
Man, Tracy Cortez said, okay.
Tracy Cortez, man, like she keep disappearing. That's what I'm saying, man. Like, let Miranda Maverick fight you. Fight somebody like that. You got to fight somebody because everybody else is already taken.
Yeah.
She said she wanted to challenge Grasso one day, but I'm like, you can't do that until you step your game up. Like, you undefeated in the UFC, but you still need them names on your resume. I mean, since she beat Aaron Blanchfield kind of surpassed her.
Oh, Aaron beat her, bro.
Back in Invicta, yeah.
Aaron's way past her, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Aaron's way past her now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that fight probably won't happen. That's probably a rematch we won't ever get.
Mm-mm.
You know what I'm saying? They so far apart. They so far apart. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, speaking of Maverick called out Casey O'Neill. What you think about that? I saw your video about that.
I like it, man. Like, you got somebody on your side in this chat that's actually going to pick Casey O'Neill. So you might be happy about that. I'm just playing. But no, really, no, Zaman, he really thinks that she can beat Miranda Maverick. He says that these are his words, not mine. He thinks that her volume or whatever, her stand-up is enough to beat Miranda.
Yeah, I think that's a good matchup, man. And Casey O'Neill fought two dangerous fighters back to back, man, and she came out on the wrong end of those. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But to me, you know what I'm saying, like in that fight with Ariane Lipsky, Casey really didn't do anything like bad. Like she was fighting a good fight. You know what I'm saying? Like, but Ariane Lipsky, man, like Ariane Lipsky, I don't care how good or bad your defense is, like Ariane Lipsky is gonna hit you, man. Like she's gonna catch you. You know what I'm saying? If you give her enough opportunities, man, she's going to catch you. And I don't know if it was O'Neill's pride or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Or her, being too reliant on her striking. You know what I'm saying? But Casey O'Neill was still fighting a good fight. Like, she got hurt, she got submitted, man, because she was wobble. Like Casey O'Neill was wobble. Like Ariane
Oh
Lipsky
man,
wobbled.
yes, she did. Yes, she did.
She wobbled her, dude. You know what I'm saying? So how much could Casey O'Neill really fight off of that submission? You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't say that Ariane Lipsky is I'm not going to say that Ariane Lipsky is a better grappler than Casey O'Neill. I'm not going to say that. You know what I'm saying? But
Really?
hell no. The best way to take a good grappler off of their game is to hurt him. Look at what Matt Serra did to GSP. He hurt him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's a greatest example. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the best way to take a grappler off their game is to fucking hurt them. You know, and that's exactly what Ariane Lipsky did. She hurt Casey O'Neill, and Casey O'Neill had no time to recover from that at all. And that big punch was after a whole bunch of other punches. You know what I'm saying? That landed flush. Casey O'Neill was still landing hard punches. She was still landing good punches, good combinations. She was still in there. You know what I'm saying? She got caught, and she got caught repeatedly. So, I mean, she fought two dangerous fighters back to back. But Miranda Maverick, to me, doesn't have that. Like, Miranda Maverick's been fighting well her last few fights. I'm not taking anything away from her. You know what I'm saying? But she doesn't have quite that same danger factor as Ariane Lipsky. You know what I'm saying? Like, as far as like knocking her out or anything like that. Like, I don't think that Miranda Maverick can knock her out. You know what I'm saying? But I think that on the feet, they're 50-50. This fight is 50-50 on the feet. You know what I'm
See, you
saying?
being honest. I like that. See, you being honest. See, now Zama here, he says that O'Neill was starting to overwhelm Lipsky. Now you know that ain't true.
I wouldn't say that she was starting to overwhelm Lipsky, but O'Neill
I'm
started getting
definitely
pissed
taking
off.
we got to take his MMA card tonight. He been talking really crazy tonight. Like,
I mean, I don't say she was overwhelming her, but to me, it looked like Casey O'Neill started getting pissed off because Ariane Lipsky was connecting. And so Casey O'Neill just started sitting down and boom, boom, boom. Like, she started swinging. You know what I'm saying?
all
Like,
she did, I will say this, all O'Neill did was try to push the pace. Did she
yes,
overwhelm Lipsky? Never. Lipsky was breathing a
no,
little bit like she got hit a few times, but what did Lipsky do? Lipsky started timing and cracking her right up the middle.
right.
Overwhelmed, man, she wouldn't have been able to knock her or wobble her like she did. Like,
No,
overwhelmed,
she
she
didn't.
would have had her
She
back to
wasn't
the
over.
cage and she wouldn't have been able to set up punches.
She wasn't overwhelming her. She wasn't overwhelming her, but Casey O'Neill started getting a little reckless. You know what I'm saying? Like, she did like up the ante. She did up the ante a little bit, right before she got hit with that big shot. I do have to give her that. She started extending
Yeah.
those punches. She started
Yeah, she
leading with
was
that long.
she touched Lipsky a couple of times, but you saw
Yeah,
Lipsky kind of create more range and start hitting her harder, you know?
right. Yes. So I do see what he's talking about, but Lipsky just made a quick adjustment and boom, she got the job done. You know what I'm saying? So, I can say O'Neill was probably starting to advance a little bit, you know what I'm saying? But before she could really get anything off, she got hit with that shot, dude, that put her down, dude. And it was, you know what I'm saying? It was over. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, I know you talk about and I see what you mean when you say like O'Neill's not like the most physically strong person. She's not. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's got this. I told you she's got like this balance thing. Like, when it gets squirrely in there, like, she'll get off balance. And I see O'Neill catching her balance a lot. Like, in these, like when she was scrambling against Jennifer Maia. You know what I'm saying? Like, she got out of like, and Combo, you keep on saying this when you talk about O'Neill, and I'm just, every time you say it, it's like a thorn in my side. You was like, O'Neill ain't the most physically strong, as we seen when she was trying to take Jennifer Maia down. She never tried to take Jennifer Maia down. Jennifer Maia was trying to take her down. Like,
She didn't try to reverse or anything? I thought she
no,
tried to reverse in there.
no, like O'Neill was not. She was wanting to strike with Maya. She didn't. She wasn't trying to get the fight to the ground at all. What you saw was Maya trying to get O'Neill clinched up in against the cage, trying to take her down. Like, O'Neill was getting out of that. She was breaking that clinch and getting out of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I
Okay,
went
hey,
back.
but she's
I
still not
went
that
back.
strong though. That's my point though.
No,
She's
no, no,
still not
no, no.
really as
No. She failed miserably trying to take Lipsky down. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mhm.
she failed miserably on that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because Lipsky's takedown defense has improved much better. But you know, I think Miranda Maverick might be stronger than O'Neal in those situations. You know, but
Oh yeah,
we'll
most
have to see.
definitely.
Yeah, we'll have to we'll have to see. We'll have to see how that goes. That fight to me is gonna play out. You know what I'm saying? I think the best moments in that fight will be on the feet. Like I
Yeah.
think the best because Miranda's more aggressive now with the striking, and Casey O'Neal is a solid striker, man. For the type of fighter she is, man, her stand up game is not bad. You know what I'm saying? So you know we'll see.
And the thing about Miranda, man, that girl, she could take a punch, man.
Yeah, but she doesn't need to rely on that. You know what I'm saying?
No,
Like
I'm just saying, like, if anybody like is thinking she could get hurt, like, no, that's the thing about Miranda. Miranda's durable, so don't expect like a volume
oh
of
yeah,
Casey O'Neal's punches like to break her or take her, take her down or anything. Like, I mean, this girl been hit by the spinning back elbow of Macy Barber, a few shots from Barber, like Andrea Lee, like I think caught her with like a elbow up top when she tried to step in, and I mean, she's taking these shots, like. And to say she gasses out, I'm trying to find a fight where she gassed out, like, for real, like, Zaman just talking nuts tonight, man. He said she
nah,
gasses out in the fight.
she ain't gas out.
Like, what
Nah.
fight did she gas out? Like, okay, she got mauled by Aaron, and she got beat by a bigger fighter in Jasmine, but did she get finished? Like, was she out of the fights? No, like, Arujo gasses herself out, but I'm trying to find a perfect example where she was just, like, out on her feet from being gassed out.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, Zama says I'm no O'Neal fan. BJ must know it. She's just better than Maverick. I mean,
Mm.
I see it, man. Like I see that. I agree with it. I think overall, you know, I think their skill sets are very similar, but I think there's an aggression factor. There's a go after factor that Casey O'Neal, you know what I'm saying? She's a pressure fighter, man, and she just kind of brings
Mm.
the fight to you where Maverick doesn't like Maverick sits back, like she doesn't sit back, but Maverick kind of sees what you give her, you know what I'm saying? And then, you know, she makes adjustments to that. You know, the only
Mm.
time I really seen Maverick take a fight to somebody was Priscilla Cachoeira. Like she took the fight to Priscilla Cachoeira. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah,
that
yeah.
was aggressive.
Right, right. But my thing is, aside from aggression, like, to be better, don't we have to take how you lose too in consideration?
Say that again.
To be a better fighter than someone, like, don't we, aside from looking at wins, don't we look at losses? Don't we have to take those into consideration too, like how you lost?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. How you lost and how you won.
Okay, because I'm just saying, like, okay, yeah, O'Neal lost to Maya, but to me, I think it's fair to say that O'Neal got more of a push than Maverick, because Maverick been fighting tougher opponents than O'Neal. That's what I'm saying to Zaman, because he's trying to say she's better. But my thing is, Maverick started out being put in there with the tougher fighters, and she's still being put in there with tougher fighters than O'Neal. So you can't say she's better whenever she's losing harder to a Moroz and a Maya, and beating competition that necessarily is not as good as the fighters that Miranda's fighting. That's just how I look at it.
Robot Chicken Wings. I don't know if you had the rankings or not, but Casey O'Neal is also ranked, and she's ranked higher than Miranda Maverick.
Because you got to
So
remember, at least Miranda has fought. To me, all the fighters that I think are better than O'Neal's resume is, she fought Jillian Robertson, um, Aaron Blanchfield, Jasmine, Macy Barber, who again I thought she beat. Andrea Lee, Priscilla Cachoeira was like a danger that people thought was going to knock her out, but she finished her. So to me, that's like 6 opponents that are better than a lot of the fighters that Casey O'Neal's fought to me.
yeah, but okay, yeah, I see what you mean. Um, but Miranda Maverick got beat by higher competition more convincingly than Casey O'Neill did. Like when Casey O'Neill stepped up and fought Jennifer Maia, that was a close fight. Aaron Blanchfield swept Miranda Maverick.
Well, to me, Aaron Blanchfield's a better fighter than Jennifer Maia.
I mean, well, we'll never know because we never saw that fight. You know what I'm saying? Well, we'll never. You always know how I felt about that fight. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah,
So,
you always thought Jennifer Maia win that fight. I know.
I mean, Jennifer Maia would have. I don't know if Aaron Blanchfield would have dominated Maia like that. But that fight with O'Neill and Maia was competitive. Like Aaron Blanchfield, big sister Miranda, though. That's different. I mean,
Yeah,
it may not be different. It may not be different for you. I get it. It's all right.
Yeah, I just look at it as like I see Miranda being able to nullify some of the things Casey O'Neill does because I'm looking at her kryptonites and I see where her kryptonite is. It's like girls that are just bigger and stronger because they really take it to her. Like I think, Jasmine was just like overwhelming her. That was this girl was just big, man, taking her down. And Aaron, man, like Aaron just on another level too. So
well, should Miranda Maverick go down to 115?
I don't think so. I think she just has the makeup for the lack of size, like Carla does.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, because I think with her muscles,
dude,
like
when you think about Carla, man, you think about Carla, you can't give nobody no excuses. 2-time champion, and she's one of the smallest ones in the division.
Exactly.
Yeah, you got.
That's what I'm saying. It's possible. It's possible, man. Yeah, like Carla, she got Marina Moreau being quiet, man. She beat Marina Moreau,
Bro, Carla, dude, I can't wait till Carla come back, bro. I'm ready for Carla to come back because Carla gonna whoop somebody ass, and I want to know who ass it is. Carla Esparza gonna whoop. She gonna whoop somebody ass. I don't know who gonna beat who ass is she gonna? She gonna beat Mackenzie Dern ass or what? Like I don't know.
Look, I'm not gonna lie, look, because I rock with Lamos, but there's some things that I seen in Lamos. I see Carla taking over in, man. I'm just saying, like, you put Carla through a good training camp.
Yeah.
Carla gonna evade them power punches. She gonna come right up under and take you down.
Bruh, can you see Carla on top of fucking Amanda Lemos working, bro?
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's possible, man. Like, it's possible. Like, look, people look. They don't like Carla Chookagian style, but them girls be doing it.
I'm telling you, dude. I'm telling you, that's crazy, man. Carla Esparza, and she'll fight anybody too.
Yeah, she fights anybody. Like some
she'll
people
fight
thought
anybody.
she ducked Andrade, but she just never got that matchup.
Yeah. Nah, Carla she a little 2-time champion. You got to give her that. You know what I'm saying? You got to give.
She fought Suarez. She fought Joanna and Whaley. So why would she duck Andrade? Like, I mean,
right? Why would she duck? Right? She fought all the other former champions. Every last one of them, Carla done fought. So
beat Rose
except
twice.
For Andrade.
Beat Rose twice. Beat Teacher Torres. Beat Jan Janan, man, and
Marina Rodriguez.
Marina Rodriguez, yeah. So she's seen every side. She's seen every style. Now, what do you think that James said Carla overachieved?
Man, stop playing. I remember when they put when Carla had beat everybody before Carla made her before she got that last title shot and Carla was beating everybody ass. They gonna put Isabella de Padua. She ain't even in the UFC no more. They put Isabella de Padua in there. I'm like, why would y'all put that girl in there with Carla Esparza? Like, why would you do that?
Right. Hold up. Look, James said JJ beat the brakes off of Carla. Okay. And Carla beat Rose.
Right.
Twice. Okay.
She 2-0 against Rose.
Yeah, she 2-0 against Rose, and JJ couldn't do that. So what's your point? Styles make fights, man. Like, keep up, man. This is MMA.
Styles make fight. And people thought that fight with Marina Rodriguez was close, man. But Carla stuck to that wrestling, man. Like, Carla stuck to that wrestling, kept taking her down, dominating her, man. And I mean, you can't sleep on Carla's skills, man. Carla is Carla. And Carla working toward that comeback.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like James' comment. Carla's overachieving is a compliment to her, bro. She's 100% overachieved. A great undersized wrestler who was a two-time champ. Facts. Like, that's it. That's it, James. That's facts.
Yeah, because I mean, honestly, she kind of put the stamp on it too. Like with wrestling base, you can go far because her and Tisha are both small. Tisha's
Yeah.
strong, physically strong, but Tisha's thing has kind of been kickboxing, but
Yes.
when you are so committed to wrestling like Carla is, look how further she got than her.
Yeah.
So she put the stamp on that. So I can't argue with that, man.
And Carla will shoot for a fucking takedown in a heartbeat. Like Carla went for a takedown on Tatiana Suarez and almost got it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like Carla went for a takedown. She shot a fast double leg on Tatiana, and Tatiana sprawled. She had to sprawl it out because
Mhm.
Carla was in deep on that takedown, and fucking Tatiana had to sprawl it out, man. You know what I'm saying? Carla will shoot for that takedown. Don't sleep on that now.
And she, and like I know she lost the Whaley fight. She connected on Whaley's chin with some
Yeah, yeah.
couple good
Who was
punches.
that? Who was that she went out there and was piecing up? Oh man, when they robbed Carla against Claudia Gadelha, you remember that, man?
Oh yeah, they robbed her in that
Bro,
fight. Yeah,
Carla was piecing Claudia Gadelha up that whole fight, bro.
Carla won that fight.
Bro, that was crazy. I was like, come on, man, y'all just gonna rob Carla like that, bro? But before I go, because I gotta go. But
Okay.
didn't they just announce Liz Carmouche versus Juliana Velasquez again?
Yes, they did.
So is this the third fight?
It's the third fight.
Oh my god.
I'm telling you, why are they kicking off the PFL tournament? It's the PFL tournament because Liz just announced on IG. She said, March 40th, she's in the $1 million tournament and she's gonna be fighting Velasquez. Like, come on, who are the matchmakers on this one?
So it's the PF. So she's participating in the PFL tournament.
Oh, the PFL season. Yep. The season starts April. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So it's a flyweight. It's a flyweight tournament.
It is. Yeah.
Oh fuck, Humbo. Well, I didn't think about that.
Yeah, I was talking about that earlier. I think you might have been
I
on.
must have missed that.
Yeah.
Damn. So that means Tyler gonna be in this tournament.
Yeah. She is. She gonna be in this PFL season.
Bro, this tournament about to be lit, dude.
They already announced Dakota on the card, but she's not. I don't think she's lined up with an opponent yet. So you got Liz on the card and Dakota.
Bro, what if all these what if Alima's in this? Like what if you got like Alima, Juliana, fucking Tyler Santos, Dakota DeChiva, fucking Liz Carmouche, like what a tournament.
Mm-hmm. It's gonna be crazy, man.
Now you're gonna have to put your fillers in there, your girls that get beat up like Caitlin Neal, you know what I'm saying? Throw them in there to get beat up. But damn.
Yeah, it's gonna be something, man. So
wow.
But that's a bad fight to kick it off, man. I can't lie.
Yeah, that's a bad fight. That's a bad fight to kick it off. Yeah, it really is.
Velasquez ain't fought in almost 2 years, and you putting her back in there, the girl she lost to twice. They trying to get her up out of there already, man. They're gonna get her eliminated in the first round.
Yeah. They could have gave everybody. They could have matched up all of these Bellator girls with a PFL girl.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, Like put since you want to do champ, I would say let Dakota DeChiva fight Juliana Velasquez.
Mm-hmm.
That's a step up for Dakota DeChiva.
Yeah.
If she can beat Juliana Velasquez, then we'll probably take her a little more serious.
Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, at that point,
or match her up with Denise Kielholtz or something.
Right. That's a striking fight. That'd be a good one. Yeah.
Yeah. Huh.
Oh, look, Zami, he likes some attention. He said Liz, Tyler, and Dakota is better than Grasso, Shevchenko, and Aaron.
Okay. So yeah, man, I'm excited about this tournament, man. I think this tournament is going to be. I think I forgot that it's a tournament. I didn't know that they were fighting in the PFL tournament. That's since Bellator is Bellator. I thought that would be a Bellator fight.
No, it's gonna be PFL. Yeah. Go back and listen to the segment. I was talking about that because she announced it, and I was looking at it on Tapology. They already got the card up there for that first Thursday of the month, and yeah, she said she in the PFL season 1 card, man. So it's gonna be the heavyweights and flyweights, the men heavyweight fights and flyweight fights for women, and they got Dakota on there that just ain't got her an opponent yet.
Bro, we might be getting out. We might be getting, how we always talk about how the UFC don't put enough female fights on each card, bro. We
Yeah.
might be getting that from PFL, bro.
Yeah, I think this one's gonna have at least 4 on there. So yeah, they're giving us more, man.
Huh. This dude said Dakota Dechiva was better than Aaron Blanchfield. Just Dakota Dechiva herself, he said, was better than Aaron Blanchfield and Taila. I mean, Aaron Blanchfield and Valentina Shevchenko. And I mean, Alexa Grasso.
Okay, so my picks again for tomorrow.
Yes.
My picks for tomorrow. Okay, I'm gonna go with JoJo. I'm gonna go with JoJo, and
I'm gonna go with JoJo too, bro.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with JoJo, and I think she should wrap it up. And I'm gonna go with Chookagian.
Bro, ain't Macy Barber in your triple threat?
She is, man, but still.
Yo, come on, combo. What?
She is, man. Look, I think
how you gonna go get, bro? No,
it's a bad look. It's a bad style matchup, man. It's a bad style matchup.
Oh, combo, you gonna eat those words real bad. You gonna eat those words real bad, bro. And then you gonna be over here saying, I should have listened to BJ, stick with my triple threat. What? I mean, bro, you gonna eat those. Oh, you gonna eat that real bad. You gonna eat that real bad, bro.
I'm gonna think. Look. Okay, look. Let me think about it, man. No, you know what I'm gonna say? I'm gonna say I didn't pick Chookagian. I picked Sermonaire. I said no. Like Chookagian wasn't fighting, Sermonaire was fighting.
Oh man. Oh boy. James Preston, I'm rooting for your girl, BJ, just to see another new girl in the top 5. Yeah. I like that. Yeah, I'm ready for that. Damn, combo pick Chookagian. Okay. Yeah, man, I'm gonna have to go JoJo. I want to see JoJo get a win, man. I want to see JoJo look good, and it's been a long time since we've seen JoJo look good in a fight.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? It's been a long time, but I think Macy gonna pull it out. I think Macy gonna pull out the stop. Then she's gonna get in there, bust up Chookagian. You know what I'm saying? Push Chookagian toward another notch toward retirement. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, JoJo gotta do it for the girls that ain't on OnlyFans. Do it for the girls who don't have an OnlyFans.
Right, bro. Yes, absolutely. Yes, this is an OnlyFans. Well, nah, man. I'm about to say this is an OnlyFans less card, but Macy Barber got an OnlyFans though.
Oh,
I don't know what's on it, but Caitlin Chookagian got an OnlyFans too. She was talking about it on her live the other day.
Oh, okay. I don't think they're doing their they're not doing the little.
They're not doing the Andrade.
No. Oh no. Oh my goodness, man. Somebody told me to look, and I
Andrade, but I mean, it is what it is.
Oh man, like
oh boy,
Easy told me to look at Eileen Perez too. Oh man, like I
definitely don't
bare knuckle boxing fight after that one, man.
Yeah, I definitely don't want to see that one. No.
Oh man.
Hey, who's she fighting again? Ain't she fighting the girl that her coach choked out?
Oh yeah, Jocelyn Edwards. Yeah,
Jocelyn Edwards. I hope Jocelyn Edwards beat her ass too, dude. I hope Jocelyn Edwards fuck up, dude.
Yeah, Todd Johnson, what's up? He said he hoped JoJo wins and hangs it up, and he said Macy Barber gonna put in work. Okay,
she gonna have to. She ain't got no other choice. She ain't got no other choice. Oh man, James said you crazy for that laugh on Andrade, man. That Andrade. I didn't know whether to like it or not like it. Like it was, you know what I'm saying? Like I didn't know whether to do.
Easy said He said she called Edwards a criminal.
Yeah,
That's
that's
she
crazy,
getting her
dude.
she was getting her Karen on right there.
But what happened though, dude? Like her coach like punched Jocelyn Edwards and knocked and choked her out.
Well, they was going at it. Word is, Perez and Edwards were going at it, and I guess something like Edwards maybe got the best of her, and the coach tried to jump in and start choking Edwards out. My thing is like, they two women, man, let them fight. She don't need your help. Like, you can't come in there
Yeah,
and help
that's
her on fight
crazy,
night.
dude. Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy, man. That he jumped. That's crazy.
I mean, she a woman too. Like, she don't need your help. Like, how you gonna come over there and start choking another woman out like that? I was like, but what you gonna do on fight night when she in there whooping Eileen Perez? You gonna try to climb the cage and get in there?
But where was Jocelyn Edwards' people at when this happened?
That's
Where
what I'm
was her
saying.
people at? Like, I want to know where her people were that sat around and let somebody from an opposite camp, you know what I'm saying, choke her out. Like, that doesn't make any sense. You know what I'm
That,
saying? But
yeah.
where was her coach at?
Oh
You
wow.
know, I'm like, ain't no way Jocelyn Edwards was in there by herself.
Mm-hmm.
And I wish I knew the details, but maybe, as they get closer, Jocelyn Edwards look like she'll talk. You know what I'm saying? Somebody needs to damn translate that shit. No, because ain't she from Brazil?
Oh, she's Panamanian, I believe.
Panamanian, yeah, like
Mhm.
translate whatever it is she's saying so that we can so we know exactly what happened. Because I want to know what happened, dude. I want to know where her people was at. Because
Yeah.
that don't make sense.
Yeah, that
And
was
stuff.
crazy. Like, I don't know if she rode up there solo or whatever, but it was at the PI. It was at the PI
Yeah, that's
actually.
what I'm saying. It was at the
Yeah,
PI.
yeah, yeah. It was at the PI. So I'm wondering, maybe she was just around by herself at the time when she approached. Maybe the coach just came along and approached them while they were having their words.
Yeah. Well, we gonna see, dude. We
Man,
gonna see.
read what Easy said, man. Look what Easy
I mean, what'd he say?
his latest comment. Look.
O'Neal's face is Russell. She gets hit on
Oh
the
no,
right
not
side.
that one. Not that one. Hold on.
Put it up on the screen because I ain't got
Oh,
it
okay,
pulled
I
up.
got it right here.
Drives was very handsome. See, that's why I said, man, I didn't know whether or not to like the picture or what because it was like, I don't know, man. Like the face just read dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. Some people into that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I
you
mean,
know,
before, like, when she had her long hair and stuff, like, when she first started, had a feminine look, like, Andrade, she's not a bad-looking woman, like,
right?
she had, like, a feminine touch about her, like, when her hair was long and stuff, but
Yeah.
maybe the thing she was going for just wasn't working, like, you know what I mean, man, like, I'm just saying, man, like, the thing she was going for wasn't working, man.
It wasn't working, dude. It wasn't working, man. She had a rose in her mouth too. It was giving Zorro. It was giving naked Zorro, bro. Like, I don't know. I don't know what it was, but
He
I don't
said
know what it
Zorro.
was. It was giving naked Zorro, bro. Like, I just don't
Yeah.
know what it was. But man, I didn't know whether to like it, be like, but whatever. Anyways, but yeah, I'm getting off here, man. I gotta be at work early in the morning.
All right, man. Let me give you a chance. Okay, well, I'll tell everybody subscribe to BJ No Filter MMA, man. If you haven't.
Yes, sir. Yes,
And
sir. Yes, sir. Appreciate the love, combo.
oh yeah, always, man. But I'll catch you in the next one, man.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Peace out.
Later, man. All right, y'all. That was BJ from No Filter MMA. Um, always good to have him back on here, man. Yeah, we gotta stay away. Look, the fighters. If you're doing the OnlyFans, I just want to see some fight stuff posted up there. That's about it. Um, let me see here. Where was I? Okay, yeah. Marcus said I have her in my triple threat, but I'm picking. Yeah. She in there, man. Like, I think she's a threat, but this is a really bad style matchup for Macy Barber. When I think about it, like, she's really got to step out of the box to do something, and I think Chookagian is gonna make it hard for her. Like, I'm gonna look at a couple more fights just to see if I want to stick for sure to it, but I don't think she'll do what Ebos did as far as getting on the inside and making it that type of physical fight. Like, that's why I was thinking, like, if they had matched Barber up with somebody like Lauren Murphy, it would have been, and that's what they were going for. That's what they were going for. Somebody like Lauren Murphy, but you know, they matched up with Kareem Silva. Now she's out, so that's not gonna work. Yeah, subscribe to No Filter MMA. I'm gonna get up out here, y'all. Had a good show, good conversation. Always enjoy the chat. Enjoy the comments all the time. Everybody always chiming in, always. But yeah, make sure y'all subscribe, and I'm going to lock this thing up for the night, and I might jump on Friday to call that ONE FC women's card. I think it starts at like 8 p.m. If y'all want me to do that, just let me know. Well, I'll jump on anyway if I'm pretty much done with everything by the end of the day. If I'm chilling out by 8 p.m., yeah, I'm gonna pull up that ONE FC all women's card. Should be good. Zama said, what about MVP versus Holland? Who do you got? I'm gonna go with MVP. I think MVP, this is a fight he can win. Good introduction for him. Yep, make sure you subscribe over here to these other platforms as well. If y'all want to hear it on the road instead of on YouTube. And yeah, I am out, y'all. Peace.